Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. Right, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming for the, third time this week? We are
All the
playing...
time.
All the time. We play Dungeons & Dragons, 5th edition, Icewind Rime of the Frost Maiden. Dungeon mastered by Roberto, a.k.a. Moose, a.k.a. the GM, a.k.a. my lookalike for this evening. So, we are all over social media. Literally, we are social media. So you can find us anywhere. Type in Heavyweight Gaming, you'll find us.
Lost.
Sponsors, Loki Battle Mats, because they're amazing, and do some amazing artwork for battle mats that are A3, A4, A5 that you literally flip open, boom, put them on the desk. You got yourself a tundra, a mountainside, a dungeon. They've just done Taverns and Towns, which is all the urban style maps, and they're doing their Kickstarter for Wilderness. That if you go onto YouTube, look for Loki Battle Mats and look at their Wilderness trailer, you'll see that they've got that coming out as well. They're properly badass. They also release them all digitally, so if you play on Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, other virtual tabletop systems, you can use their maps straight in them. Go to Drive Through RPG, look for Loki Battle Mats, and in fact, if I'm... Let me see if this works.
Oh.
Boom, follow that link.
Hey.
Yeah, they do them on Drive Through RPG. Some of them are free, that they just let you download. Some are pay what you want, and some are a couple of quid. So if you're doing a lot of virtual tabletoping, get yourself on there and grab them. If you are lucky enough to play around the table, or looking forward to playing around the table, get their big book of battle mats. They're brilliant. You get to see them used by Rob in this campaign every now and then, and you get to see Dice of the Old use them on a Sunday every now and then. So, fantastical. Syrinscape, if you hear music in the background, it's us putting Syrinscape through the stream. If it's too loud, let me know, I'll turn it down. If it's too quiet, let me know, I'll turn it up. If you want to throw 200 bits at this particular show, session, episode, etc., campaign, you'll give us lovely players a free reroll that we get to use on ourselves, not on the DM's rolls. We can't use them on Death Saving throws. We can't carry them over, and we're only allowed to have 5 at any one time. And our gratitude. I think we've only...
We'll never build up to 5. We always need them.
Yeah, I think we've had... I think my record's 8.
I know we rack them up in carbon because we're bad.
Yeah, Tuesday racks them up, carbon racks them up. But anyway, if you do, thank you very much. So right now, I will hand you over to Roberto to give you a lovely recap, and then we will crack on stabbing stuff in the face. Or role-playing stabbing stuff in the face. Go!
I'm trying to work out what episode we're on. Episode 8? 9, 10. This might be our 10th.
Let's go with
that. So, welcome everyone. Episode 10 of Secrets Worth Dying For, our lovely D&D 5th edition campaign, broadly based around the Wizard of the Coast publication, Rime with a Frost Maiden, Icewind Dale. May not detract from that. So, if people are playing along at home, if people are playing the campaign, and it's not exactly the same, that's why there's a bit of interpretation. Bit of adjusting, bit of homebrewing around it. So yeah, we are on episode 10. We have a bit of a mid-chase happening. Last time we played, you guys had gone to the Wet Trout Inn in East Haven after visiting and observing, and one of you getting involved with a seance that happened at the White Lady Inn at the other side of town. You guys went to the bit more of a dive bar to kind of spend the evening. There was a little bit of flirting going on between Gentle Steps and the proprietor of the Dragonborn barkeep, the Metra. While you guys were enjoying food, drinks, and keeping an eye on what Gentle Steps was up to, two cloaked, suspicious figures came in and sat by the door. Gentle Steps shouted at them. They seem to take one look at you and bolt out of the door and heading out into the evening. And you guys followed suit. You chased out. A few tracking abilities were used. And yeah, Gentle Steps vanished through the back door into the shadows and took after them. And the rest of you find yourselves out in the snow. It's dark. You know which direction they're heading in. You see Gentle Steps disappear into the shadows and heading in their direction. You guys are maybe 30 seconds behind them at a sprint. They're heading off as well. The two figures are sprinting off into the distance. And we're going to jump straight in. So you guys are to the northern edge of East Haven. You see the disappearing shadowy forms of these two cloaked individuals heading out onto the tundra. Gentle steps, you don't know, you can't see gentle steps. You saw him take off after them. Elkis, no, not Elkis.
Elkis and Vale.
One of you has Hunter's Mark. It'll be the ranger.
Nope.
Elkis
the
has
paladin.
Both of you.
Oh,
Yes.
that's why I got confused.
Yeah,
Okay,
He
yeah.
cast it, and then I have dwarves as my favourite enemy, so we're both tracking them. I think.
Sure, yeah. So you see them disappearing into the distance. Elkis, your Hunter's Mark did land. Who did you put it on? Did you put it on the...
I think it was a human.
Okay, that's fine.
I
Okay,
think.
so you... All right. So it was
He's the one that turned round.
It was. There seemed to be a dwarven figure and a human figure. They took off. Yeah. Gentle steps. You rolled highly on your stealth check for a change and
no.
disappeared into shadows after them at pace. You kind of make your way past the final set of houses and you like darting from cover to cover, from house to house. You see them look over kind of down the hill away from you, and you can see the rest of your party kind of coming up the hill. You spot the two figures. You see the two figures look over and kind of acknowledge it, and they keep running, and they're running out into the open tundra.
Then, how far away am I? 2 minutes?
So imagine a triangle almost. So from your teammate, you're probably about 100, 150 feet, about 140, 150 feet away. You've both come out from either sides and heading towards. So as you're both running, you're getting closer together almost.
What, as in me and my party, or me and the two?
You and the party.
And the two are how far from me?
They're about 200 feet ahead of you. You can see like this.
200 feet? What?
They ran off out the front. You ducked out the back door, came round, started heading off. 200 feet's not that far.
It is, D&D.
It is when a bow is concerned.
It isn't. 60 feet is a full 6-second sprint.
Yeah.
It's like 20, 30 seconds.
So, did we crawl while they jumped on Usain Bolt's back? Anyway, I won't be throwing my hand axe 200 feet.
You won't. Just up in the air, 45-degree angle.
Just volley it. See you later, Sebastian. Hopefully the weight will carry
Nat
it.
20 just crits him 200 feet away.
Kills a polar bear off to the right. Ah, shit. So, can you stop enjoying yourself and go talking? That's right, kid. Should you be in bed anyway? Or doing a night shift?
I hate shifts.
You hate shifts.
I mean, I love shifts.
I didn't think they said shifts.
Yeah, I heard something else as well.
I also heard something very not
Oh.
that.
Audrey and Celine, you guys find yourself just because you two kind of hesitated and then headed out the inn. So you guys have just broken out of the inn, broken into the night. The cold hits you. There's like a light snowdrift coming in. You can see a couple like 30, 40 feet ahead of you, Elkis and Vale. Some of you've got your character names, some of you've got your real names. It's confusing the hell out of me. You see the rest of your party. You don't see Gentle Steps, but you see Elkis and Vale looking up and what you all doing.
Continuing on.
An anonymous cheerer. Oh, thank you very much, anonymous cheerer.
Yay, thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you for the real.
I'm waiting for my
300
party
Sweet.
to catch up.
I have feline agility. I know it's within combat, but it means I can double my speed until the end of my turn. So can I just use that to go a bit quicker?
Yeah, you could run really fast for a brief period. It's
Really fast.
basically you wouldn't be able to take it again until you've rested though. Or until you've returned.
Don't move for a turn. So I'll just sprint and then wait, I guess, for Elkis to catch up and then sprint.
I'm shouting, "Blue Eyes is sus!" and running after him.
Sake.
So as Audrey, are you and Celine following the suit?
Yes.
Yeah, we went out. We're on our way going, fuck.
All
Let's
right.
go help.
pretty much, and just
So you four,
sprint.
slightly away from each other, but you all head off up the path, and you start reaching the end of the houses. There's not a lot of cover, and you basically just see the dark expanse of tundra ahead, and you can see the two cloaked figures continuing off ahead. Are you all just taking off after them? Would you like to do anything?
How far ahead are the figures?
From where you guys are now, if Vale's probably a little bit further ahead of you all because of her
Sprinting.
drops onto all fours and just basically bounds through the snow. The
Cute.
rest of you are probably between 150, 200 feet at this point away.
Well, they were within range of Hunter's Mark. Did they get further away as I was casting it?
What's Hunter's 120?
I believe so. I'll double check.
90.
90. So they were within 90 feet at the time.
Okay, we'll call it 120 from now. Hunter's Mark is on, but they are about 120 away.
Okay.
Can I cast Eldritch Blast?
What from 120 away?
Yeah.
You can go for it, yeah.
You might hit everybody along the way, though.
Have they caught up with me?
I
then?
will not, motherfuckers! Natural 20!
Have Celine and Adri
five,
caught up
so
with me and
25.
Elkis, Rob?
Okay, so as you guys take off after these figures, you just see this blast of blue energy just comes sailing past the three of you. It just sails off into the night. Audrey, you're pretty confident it hits target, but you're so
Holy
far away,
shit.
you're not sure. Sorry, which one were you aiming at?
The human.
Okay, how much damage was that, please?
You're not gonna believe it.
2.
10.
Okay. So you launch this bolt, it sails past. You're pretty confident it hit its mark, but you're too far away to be able to determine how they reacted, if there's any damage. It looks like it hit well, but they carry on and you carry on into the night.
Okay. Fuck. These guys must be made of fucking steel.
Hunter's Mark doesn't give
Did-
me...
Rob, when me
Yes.
and Elkis came out, and then Celine and Adri came out after us after we'd started running. So how far would we be if they're?
I'm gonna say-
120?
I'm going to say, for the sake of ease, because we don't have battle maps, I'm going to say you four one together with you 30 feet ahead because of Feeling's Grace.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the three of you are 120, you're 90, Gentle Steps, you're about 120 as well, just so everyone's on an equal, as everyone's
So
Yeah.
they've
really
got,
signed, it makes sense, and it's within multiples of.
yeah, so they've caught up with me as I was casting a spell, kind of.
And then you see Vale drop down and start bounding leopard style and pulls ahead of you. Gentle Steps.
Can I- Oh, sorry.
I am just aligning myself with my party.
Yeah, so you see this blue, like it sends like it like lights up, and you see it's almost like a flare, just like lights up the snow and stuff, and you can see the snow drift coming as it sails through, and then just a blast of light in the distance and goes back to the same level of darkness. As you guys continue making chase, probably after 20-30 seconds, legs start to get tight, you can feel your breathing heavy, you see the figures head over the crests of kind of a small rise in the land. You can see a couple of like old pine trees that's just like skeletal up against the sky. It's dark, the snowdrift's coming in heavier, but they do drop out of sight as they go over the crest of the hill, to where there's kind of small crop of forests, or it's like a small like wooded sheltered area seems to be.
So who am I running with now? All of them, or just a Vale?
Vale's probably caught up with you now, so as you guys all kind of converge on the same point, your Gentle Steps and Vale 30 feet behind.
Musketeers, which is kind of
Yeah.
moving forward now.
The other three behind.
As I line up
Hearing the
with,
clanks of like
Vale.
coconut shells in the background.
are we chasing?
Blue Eyes.
Is
The
that okay?
Jurgar and the blue-eyed human.
Have I caught up? Sorry.
Say again, sorry? If they stop and let you catch you,
I've
you're all
asked-
running the same speed. You're going to keep.
I'm running alongside Vale, or at least as she's caught up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're at the same speed now, unless
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, I've said to Vale, are we chasing?
Oh, I thought you said who are we chasing?
No.
I'm
I'm
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I can track the Duragar. I mean, we can continue. I think Elkis got a hunter's mark on the human, and I can track the Duragar. It just depends if we're willing to head off into this forest after them. Might not be 100%.
By
safe.
forest, I literally mean maybe between 6 and 8 trees. This is like a very
Oh,
small,
okay.
just like a crop. It's like where the crest of a hill goes over.
A gathering of trees.
It's like a
Orchard.
yeah, it's like
Great description I've ever heard of it. You see a forest before you.
I didn't
Four
say a
dandelions.
forest. I didn't say a
A
forest.
forest of 6 trees. They're
You
hiding
see-
behind one of them.
It just seems to be like a little, almost like a little enclave area where it's just like sheltered against the elements. You've got this little high rise of a hill and these small group of trees just crop up at the background. You can just see the
Okay.
silhouettes of them rising
Fuck
up.
it then,
as-
yeah, I'm gonna keep going and try and track the Duragar with my thing. Favorite enemy.
I'll follow Vale.
Okay.
Slowing down to track, I would like to dash ahead to catch up.
Okay, yeah. I'll say if you two, are you two going to keep hoofing it full pace, or are you going to wait for the other three to close the gap?
I will literally copy Vale. So if she
Don't like
chases,
this
I chase.
responsibility.
If she stops, I stop.
I thought he was about to get on
Oh.
all fours and start bumbling forward.
I will slow down, let them catch up, and whilst I do that, can I make a... It says on my favourite enemy thing I get advantage on survival checks to track them, so...
And try and track them. Yeah. I mean, if you want to roll your survival check.
So we've caught up now. Have
So
they
go-
gone into the forest, guys?
A
It's such a
17 and a 15, so I got a 17 for my advantage.
Looking around like, what forest?
Yeah, to Elkis, that's pretty lucky big.
Elkis is like, "Hey."
I've never
We're
seen
looking
many
for a
things.
forest, guys.
What?
My
So what was
intelligence is
your?
low, but Jesus.
17
yours?
with advantage.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tracks are fairly at this point because you're out in the exposed tundra. The wind's kicking up. You've got snowdrift. The tracks aren't easy to follow, but you're pretty confident that they've headed towards that area.
I would like to join
On a
in with-
17, you with a survival check, you are aware that the weather is picking up.
Okay.
The wind is kind of you kind of running. The wind's like hitting you, like almost like running at like an angle, like into the way. It's hitting you from the side. You've got hair and fur or whatever adornments you
say-
all have, just fighting against the wind picking up.
I'll say to the rest of the group, I'm pretty sure they've gone this way. We should probably get to the trees, and if we can't see them from there, head back because this weather is gonna get nasty soon.
Agreed.
It's the best lead we've had, so yeah.
It
Fingers
might
crossed.
not be the best lead we've had.
It's Blue Eyes, it's Welsus.
Blue eyes, white, human.
Racist.
The pasty human at this point.
Yeah.
There goes the channel.
Yeah, there you go. Cease and desist letter
We
is in
couldn't even
the.
make it till 9 o'clock.
Fuck's sake.
We're here till 11.
So, are you guys just running in after? Are you taking any actions? Tell me how you want to approach this.
I
Right.
think we should possibly slow down. They could be hiding in the forest.
We could be stealthy about it.
At the moment, you guys are approaching the crest of the small raise in the ground. It's like a very shallow hill. You can't see what's on the other side. You can just see kind of framing it and like rising up. This
Oh,
group
we
of-
could. So we could army crawl and like
Yeah.
over the top.
I think we should be careful going over the crest.
Mm.
Exactly
like that, and then just noses over the top of the hill and just look
Yeah.
like
I learned how to do that on the ice.
From the polar bears.
that. No, from you, Adri, when you.
From you, when you was doing the penguin.
Crawling the situation.
Yo, I'm not falling into a lake. I don't want to die right now. I've got a good thing going on right now. I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, I think we should take it
Good
easy because they could be hidden anywhere in that forest. They could be just over the crest. They could be waiting for us.
Good thing.
absolutely.
Like, depends on how thick the trees are. Are they like,
It's just
Pine
three
trees,
little. It's three little
maples?
bushes, like 3 little
Or is it
juvenile
like-
trees
In a
for
line.
this forest. Yeah.
I'll hide behind the daisy.
It's a forest. I have never seen so many trees together.
That's
I'm not
probably fair,
surprised.
to be honest.
Right.
That's not a stretch. Although there is a couple of forests around. There's Lonelywood, one of the towns. There is forested areas. It's just
Why don't
It's
you?
one little bonsai tree.
Why don't you lot hold here while me and Vale just peek over the crest?
I will stay quiet, and I will not go with you. I've learned my lesson.
if you two want to make a stealth check for me, followed by perception checks for me.
19 stealth. And 18 perception.
Nice. And your Goliath friend.
Here we
Stealth is 24.
Oh,
Right.
Perception is 14. I got a +7
Okay.
to stealth, man.
So
Oh,
you,
that's
the rest of you watch as you see the
Weakness.
Goliath and Tabaxi make an odd coupled silhouette, but as they head up, they drop down, camp through. They kind of drop down, kind of almost disappear into the snow at this point, and you two peer over the top. As you look down, you can see maybe another 60 to 120 feet down the side of this ravine. It gets a little bit steeper on the other side, but nothing too drastic. It does almost form like this natural kind of sheltered area, maybe around 40, 50 feet across. It's almost like a natural clearing. The trees kind of bank it from one side, and you can see where the snow's built up against the trunks, and the hill kind of protects the worst of it from the wind. You can see the snowdrift kind of skimming over the top, and this seems a little bit more sheltered. At the base of there, you do see three cloaked figures, one of which is a little bit shorter than the others, is similar, the same cloak and dress as the dwarven figure you were chasing.
We only see 3.
A couple of well-worn, battered, kind of lean-tos, if you like, and then there is a wagon that's starting to get a bit of a snowdrift itself, which appears to be boarded up. It's got wheels pulled by. It's got it's a big six-wheeled wagon. It has stowed banners that are currently kind of lashed down. There is almost like a veranda that's like a canvas pulled up and pinned down, and it looks like there's been a kind of a makeshift stop, if you like, or a very crude, rudimentary camp.
And what are the 3 people doing?
At the moment, they're just stood what appeared to be talking amongst themselves.
So we followed 2, and now there is 3. Just making sure everyone's noticed that. There was someone-
Nothing
Why-
gets past the ranger.
I,
2 and 3 are in
That was-
fact different.
I look
But
at
not
Vale
push
and
it
I'm like,
past this group to be like, yeah, we followed 3. Yeah, we followed 3.
More on this story at 10.
I look at Vale and be like,
That's my 19 perception. That is.
they can't hear this conversation though. I know there's 3, I can see them.
Good, just making sure. There's 3. We
Should-
followed 2.
should we
So
take-
1 was here before.
So there's
And
an armor.
as
How about
you're peering over, you kind of hear the wind pick up and like that whistle as it picks up in like kind of snow, kind of. It's almost snowing sideways. As you guys are laid there, you can feel the wind hitting you at the side, and snow is kind of starting to stick to fur and beards and hair, and it's
Is that all
getting
Vale?
pretty windy.
Yeah. All my fur and beards and hair.
Should we take them out, Vale?
Goliaths can't have any of that, can they?
But don't just. Ain't no law around here. So I've literally got a mohawk and a massive beard. This ain't no
Pull it.
stick on. God damn tabaxi.
I mean, I'd probably get a shot off from here, but that's about all I can
There's
do.
only-
Can the other 3 for me? What are you doing at the moment?
Trying to catch up.
Waiting for a signal. Okay. How far away are they from us?
They've probably gone about maybe 30, 40 feet on the side of this hill.
Yeah, I'd like to move to within 20 feet.
As he
That
starts
makes sense.
moving, I eyeball him. Like, keep that clanky shit down there, lads. Tell you that.
I'm just
Vale,
gonna
as you're at the top of
stay
the
away.
hill, kind of looking down, and you're kind of weighing up, kind of in your head of, could I hit that shot? Could I not? You notice that as the wind's picking up and as this blizzard's picking up, the visibility is starting to decline. It's getting more difficult to see this length of space, and the weather is starting to pick up and get worse.
I'm going to turn to Gentle Steps and say, I think if we're going to do anything, it's going to be like toe to toe rather than trying to shoot them from up here. Unless you want to try and get closer to listen to what they're saying. They're about the only things that I can think of doing.
I'm pretty confident in this weather I could get close. And I don't mind toe to toe, and I tap Sebastian.
Should we try and get a bit closer to see if we can hear what they were saying first?
Let me
We can
just
hear a
signal the special forces behind us. And I just do this.
Really dramatic bunch of hand signals.
Fly the plane.
Yeah, your exits are here.
I think he wants us to take second.
I don't think he does. I think he wants you to stay here.
Really?
I think he wants all of us to stay here, yeah. But
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go check.
Stay put.
I'll check first.
Did you say stay there?
No flanking bonus today, Rob.
Hey, Channel Steps! Where do you want us?
What does that mean? I will stay put until Gentle Steps makes it a clearer sign.
Me and Vale will dip over the crest.
Okay.
I'm hoping Vale's coming with them.
We will.
1v3, let's have you.
So, are you doing this? Are you trying to do this covertly? Are you
Yeah.
just walking down?
Yeah.
Sneaking? Okay.
We're rolling more stealth.
Yes, please. You are literally walking down a hill through an open clearing towards 3 people. You are rolling stealth checks for me.
Yeah,
please.
you're out of the forest now, so.
Yeah, in a blizzard.
Rob, I would
There are
like
bushes
to
to hide behind.
crawl. I would like to crawl up the hill as slowly as possible. Would that give
18
me
again.
an advantage on any stealth
Nice.
check?
No, it would not, Elkis. What did you roll, Gentle Steps?
I'm not telling you.
What did you roll?
He is immortal.
Too sneaky to tell you.
I can't tell
You
you.
roll.
'Cause I can't tell you. Becky, can you come
Is it
I'm
not
not telling
20
the
again?
Is
DM.
it nat 20?
It's
No.
not one, I swear to God.
It's a
Next roll for him.
it's a 0-2 backwards.
It's
Ah,
a natural one.
Oh, okay.
So, so
It's a
27.
20.
Hand of approval.
20.
27.
Ghost.
Okay, so Vale, you're pretty used to, you've got fairly light colour fur. You blend in quite nicely to the snowy background.
Paid for
Somehow, the 6 foot God knows what Goliath just
6'11".
you have to twice. You had to look and make sure he's still there. You're like,
I
is that-
live
he's there.
here. I live here. Like, this is literally my house.
So do I.
She's
I am
a snow leopard.
I
It's
live
the
in-
black
Evolution
spots.
is on my side.
You've got black and grey spots all over you.
She has literally
Crazy
evolved to do this.
I live in my house, but people
Thank you
can
for
hear
the
me
follow.
coming.
you guys,
Well,
for all intents and purposes, vanish from the campaign. As the weather's picking up now, visibility is really becoming close. You can hear the wind whistling around. This clearing does afford a fair amount of protection, and you can hear the wind whistling around as you kind of look up, and you can see what was kind of the dark, kind of bluey grey sky is now just like this blur of white outside behind the trees. And as you head closer, you can see the wagon. It does like it's been hitched up. There doesn't appear to be any animals or beasts of burden currently hitched to it. The camp's fire itself looks like it's extinguished. It's this odd, almost like a 2-part wagons, like a front section and back section that seem to be hitched together. The front section's 4-wheeled, the back section's like a trailer with an extra 2, and the whole thing is fairly wide. Looks like
how's it attached?
what to each other.
Yeah.
There's like a hitching post and like a caravan hitching post almost.
It looked like it should be pulled by animals. Like, it's big
Yeah,
enough
there's
that it
at
would
the
need
front
to
of
be.
it. At the front of it, there's
Still white bears.
kind of there's the kind of mountain points and there's like reins and things. It looks like that at some point it was attached to
But we don't
beasts
see,
of burden
we
of
don't
some
see the
description.
beasts.
No, there doesn't appear to be any at the moment. The actual wagon itself, like I say, it has this veranda pulled out and taut down. It looks like it's been pegged into the ground. It looks like it's
Settled.
been here for a little while. Like it's
Are
not.
we-
It's not.
So the plan was to get close enough to hear them talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You. Yeah, I'd say with the rolls you've had, you'll be able to hear. Do either of you speak Undercommon?
Is that like giant?
No. I speak
Smaller.
giant as well.
Oh,
Small.
then
Imagine,
no.
imagine giant wrote really small.
I do speak dwarvish if I can
I
listen to the
speaketh
Durgar who's
Undercommon.
speaking dwarvish.
You're not there, Celine. Well, you
I
are,
speak
but you're
giant
not.
though. Do me and Gentle Step speak a language?
You can, yeah.
Converse
You could.
solely in
You could.
giant.
Well, you could say to each other in giant. I don't understand what they're saying.
That's not giant, is it? No.
No. You understand what I'm saying?
You hear kind of this guttural language. You recognise it as similar to what you heard the Durgar in the fortress. You recognise that's the similar sort of language there, but you don't understand what they're saying.
Adri, Celine, I'm getting nervous. They're by
I'm just
Are you
sitting there
still
sharpening my
wearing-
knives.
We've been gone 6 seconds. What could... We must go after them.
Yes.
Are you still
Oh,
wearing very
seconds.
noisy armor?
Who knows what could happen in 6 seconds?
I'm wearing my same studded leather and furs. You can see
Then
this.
you're
Look.
going to stay exactly where you are.
While
because
you
won't be
guys are
damn
listening in
noisy.
this conversation, over the next kind of the conversation seems to reach its end, and you see the figures kind of space themselves out. The smaller of the figures, who kind of turns and looks up towards the way you came, doesn't appear to acknowledge Vale or Gentle Steps' presence, and kind of looks, kind of scanning the crest of the hill. You do get a brief look. It does appear to be a female dwarf with a dark complexion. The
Tell
two
by the beard.
the two figures that are with, kind of one of them goes and stands by the cavern looking out one side, and one of them goes and stands by the dwarf, and they just kind of keep scanning and looking to see if, almost like basically just keep an eye as if they've been followed or are they still been chased.
So we can't understand what they're saying. I'm talking to Gentle Steps now. We can't understand what they're saying. We either go back, or I guess we maybe try and either talk to them or start a fight and try and subdue them, and then talk to them under more controlled circumstances.
We could.
You guys on top of the hill, you are at the moment doing pretty much all you can to even see into there now. The snow is picking up, it's swirling around you. The smaller, more sort of less strong amongst you are kind of struggling against the wind. You're having to kind of hunker down. You're struggling to hear each other. The wind is really hammering you on top of this hill.
Thank you, Ruffworx.
Thank you.
They are the options.
We could just kill 2, question 1. Our friends are
You could
only
do.
60, 70 feet away.
Blue Eyes is the one we want to keep. Because he's the one that's been mentioned before.
Is there 2 dwarfs or 1?
One.
One dwarf that we know to be, at the end of last session, we found out it was a Juragar. Or I did, I think. Is that right?
Dwarfs are dwarfs.
Yeah. I think it was, trying to work out if my
Your favourite enemy
ranger
works.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one is a Juragar and one is a human. And, did we get any kind of race on the third?
Nope, it appears to be human.
Okay.
Humanoid. You can make if you want to try and... What did you roll on your perception earlier?
18 or 19.
Okay, yeah, you'd be pretty confident in saying it's a human male.
Okay.
So we make a lot of noise, start a fight. Take out 2 of them, question Blue Eyes.
That is an option. Or we try and sneak back to the group and
I'm not
regroup.
very
But
good at sneaking.
we don't know when if we're gonna see these again, and we know that Blue Eyes is important to what we're doing. We know that he's been mentioned before in the murders, especially.
So we don't want to lose them.
No. But we can't stay out here for much longer. It's getting nasty now, the weather.
Do you want to do something stupid?
Yes.
Cool. I'll step out
Okay.
with a look to Veil to remain hidden.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I need you to shoot the motherfucker if he attacks me.
As you,
Yeah, right.
as you stand up, all three of the figures immediately kind of are shocked that you just basically popped up out of the snow. But they seem shocked the fact you were there, but not like they're expecting you. They knew they would be followed. They didn't expect you to be. They expect you to come over the hill, not under the fucker.
I'll come out the snow like that. Come out the snow like that.
All 7 feet just going.
6, 4, 11.
Uno momento.
Meanwhile, in the backdrop, 3 of us are just turning into snowmen very slowly.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. Okay.
Just
You
dusting
pop
it
up.
off now.
You pop up out the snow, and one of the figures kind of tenses and kind of reaches for their belt, but the dwarven figure kind of holds a hand out and kind of says something you don't understand and kind of takes a step towards you.
I say hello in giant to the dwarf.
Think of that sentence again. Hello in giant to the dwarf.
She tilts her head slightly and tilts her head slightly towards you and just looks confused.
Yeah, that's how I feel when you talk your language.
It's gravy time.
You talk
No comment.
Yeah. That was common.
Didn't know we had guests.
Yeah, I got nothing on that. Elkis, Celine, Adri. I just shout back up the hill. I don't shout though.
Can I hear him?
Okay. Make a perception check.
I heard nothing.
Celine, Audrey.
13.
Okay.
18.
Oh, thank God.
I was
You
like,
two here.
well, this was more stupid than I thought.
Multitask, like chat, listen, chat, listen.
There's no one there.
You're just hearing the whistles of the wind hammering against you. You can hear, you kind of tense and see what's happened, but you do hear Gentle Steps' voice come through muffled against the wind, just calling out your name.
As they've listened, I'll sit cross-legged on the floor near their campfire, unless they stop me, and I'll just put Sebastian on the floor next to me.
No, the two cloaked figures kind of stay where they are, but the dwarf and female heads towards you and kind of approaches you.
Have they let me sit by the fire? That's not there.
It's fire. It's not lit. It's a fire pit.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's what I'm
not.
saying. So it's a fire pit.
Yeah.
Is it enough to stoke, or is it gone?
It's.
Could I get one going?
If you tried and put a bit better, yeah, you potentially could.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Make a survival check.
Us rogues are well known for survival checks.
If the others have told me that is shouted, I'm going to walk up the hill.
I'm alright being accused of cheating. 20.
Yeah, they watch and she kind of looks with a bit of interest as you kind of deftly knife flint, just almost on a second strike. It just you pull the tinder to the right side, arrange it in just the right way, and it just sparks. And the smouldering embers soon catch onto. There's enough material in there to a small fire for maybe half an hour, you guess. But there's not a lot in there. You'd have to add more if you want to keep it going. But yeah. It offers a little bit of warmth and a little bit of light that kind of dances
I'll
against.
casually spend the time trying to make it, as potent as I can with Sebastian very close by, and just say to the dwarf, "You don't want to be out here without a fire. It's cold." And I just sort of look around at the blizzard about us.
Just kind of smiles and nods towards you.
You got any food?
And we do.
Okay, well, I don't need to give you anything, and I'll pull out some rations and start warming them.
What's more of interest to us is you the adventuring group that been asking questions about the caravan, asking where we're going, asking where we've been.
It depends if you killed anyone.
Haven't killed anyone?
Well, then no, you're not the ones I'm after.
It's an odd question to ask those you chase into the night.
I didn't chase, we just walked. I asked if I should run after you. I was told not to. I tried to talk to you in the bar, but you ran away. It's very rude.
Caught us off guard a little bit. Not every day you get someone of your stature in the company you keep act that way at our presence.
The company I keep, it's a bit harsh. How are you?
Why are you Chase? Why are you following us?
Well, I just wanted to speak to you in the bar, that's why I followed.
Here now, what is it you want to say?
You single? Anytime you lot want to turn up, you know what I mean?
I don't even know
We're
if I've
never
been told
turning
You
up
have
yet.
to be
now.
like,
I'm
yeah,
all
sure,
staying here
like they get there.
I'm oceanic, motherfucker.
I heard nothing, and as far as I know, no one's told me anything yet. So
We're just turning even larger snowmen at this
Yeah.
point.
Elkis
We're
is up
like
to his nipples
pyramids.
in snow, just
Yep.
slowly. It's just like
Celine, you're the one that herds them.
The only
No, I
one that
didn't.
heard you. Yeah, you did.
she kind
did.
of
Oh,
starts
but I
like
didn't.
she starts like
Oh,
pacing
crap.
around like the campfire, like, back and forth, and just kind of merchants, simple folk. We're trying to make a living the same as anyone else. We've got our connections in the town, same as most, and rumor has it you've got a keen interest in where we've been and where we're heading, and you've been wanting to catch up with us.
Can I see the faces of the humans? Particularly, can I see the eyes of the humans?
Make a perception check.
16.
You can.
What colour are their eyes?
It's
Can I-
not so much the. You wouldn't be able to see like that. Like, how do I explain this? You can see their eyes. You wouldn't be able to see what color they are, but
Okay.
they are not the same pair of unnaturally blue,
That we saw.
ethereally style eyes that you saw earlier.
That we saw in the bar.
That you
We were
saw.
chasing.
Yes.
Hey, Rob,
Yes.
because I was talking, I was trying to type to chat and everything. I didn't hear what the heck I rolled a perception for. What did I roll a perception 18 for?
You heard Gentle Steps shouting out Celine, Elkis, and Archery about 2 minutes ago.
to what?
I'm dead now. It's fine. So,
He said,
Shouting out your names.
Okay.
stop
Summoning
interacting with
you.
chat. Alright?
All right.
The
So then,
fans will look
yes.
after themselves.
I am so sorry, chat. If I don't reply, it's because I'm just absolutely
It's
everywhere.
because you're playing the game.
I'm nowhere at once.
Gentle Steps shouted your three's names. Nobody
All right.
heard it but you. Then you went
I will
into a
then
weird
be a-
state
About
of
half an hour
stasis.
ago.
I just went.
I mean, I'm a
it's like
free,
I
I'm
was-
free
I'm a
character
snowman.
now. I'm now a Tabaxi Ranger.
Snowman.
So can we say that 2 minutes ago, Selena actually told us, and we started up the hill?
Yes,
Assume
please,
so.
well
Yeah,
done.
sure.
Yes.
Celine started walking. She didn't tell you.
Yeah.
It's
They
like-
obviously just went left.
Just kind of like tilted my head, but nobody saw it. They just thought I was just brushing snow off myself. Yes, I'll mention to them like he called for us. He called. I
Right.
think we should start moving up.
We're on the way.
So, yeah, we
So
walk.
at the are you
Guessing.
single and the whole conversation, and I can't really see their eyes. I
Yes.
will just. Can I see the dwarf's eyes if she's talking to me? How close is
You
she
can,
to
yeah.
me? Are they blue?
Like she's other side of the fire to you. She's just like kind of pacing back and forth.
I want to say beautiful eyes, but I prefer blue, and then insight check. Let's see if she reacts to the blue.
Make an insight check roll.
Insight check.
If you get a 20, I swear to fucking Christ.
Please get a 20. Please get a 20.
I daren't roll. Right?
If we were playing in person, I would have thrown a dice tray at you by now.
What am I doing? Insight. It's
Yeah.
+2. It's a 9.
22.
To 11.
No. I got a 9.
Oh, it's a 9 with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
+2.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, dear.
That dice get bin.
She doesn't give any. There's no. She seems interested in kind of just keeping an eye on you. But she doesn't seem to act out. There doesn't seem to be any noticeable response to you mentioning it.
What's in the
From-
wagon?
Goods. Less than we'd like, but general goods, grain, ivory, trade goods for the towns. travel between them,
Why'd you leave
trade
when
with the Loke.
when I called for you?
Like I say, it's not often you sat and have someone of your stature and the company you keep. Heard that you've been asking questions around us. Suddenly, when you shout across a bar,
What makes you
Start
think
heading
about you? It's a little bit
We've heard that you-
egotistical.
speak to the barkeeps, we speak to people we know in the towns. We know you've been asking around.
About dwarves and people with blue eyes
Around-
and murderers. Are you any of those three?
A merchant owner trying to make a business work, same as anyone else around here. Don't like people prying into our business.
Rob, while this is happening, can I be keeping an eye from my hiding place on the other two, on the two humans?
May,
Thank you.
Where are we?
you can be wherever you want to be at this point.
Back in the
Have we
tavern.
Home.
I would like to try and figure out if the person I tracked is one of the humans there.
You Hunter's marked the human, didn't you?
I did.
Your... Let me just quickly check Hunter's mark.
How long does it
It
last?
gives-
Do you work a
it-
GPS?
It lasts an hour,
Yep.
but no, it's not like the other show where it seemed to be a GPS. It gives me advantage on perception or survival checks to track them.
Okay.
There's the meta for you. If you roll a perception with advantage and fail, it's still him. I'm here to win. I'm here to win.
You can still
I want to win D&D.
you can still feel that your tracking ability exists,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't draw a connection to it. If you're like when you've used it in the past, you're able to when you're looking around for it, almost you have kind of like a
Spider sense.
almost a guidance to know like what target it's on, and you don't get that feeling with any of the three in front of you.
I want to elbow Adria or Celine as we're walking downstairs.
Yeah, roll to hit.
29.
Hit me instead, please. Just hit me instead.
My
Drops
furious
Audrey with an elbow.
fall.
Save our
No,
glass cannon.
Just throat punches Celine as he turns around. It's like,
Celine,
God.
what?
Wait, how is he throat punching Celine?
When he's like, they're like
Because
up
they're
to
in the
here to
group.
me.
Yeah, she may. You can.
I'm nudging one of them.
Yep.
I'm just going to whisper that something's odd.
Well, let's
I
just
d-
approach that. Let's just
I-
approach in a calm way then.
I don't
Like-
sense my mark on these people, but I still feel it.
Can you sense any other magic around? Something blocking it.
He's not that sort of wizard.
All right.
Oh, paladin.
I'm
I thought like, wait, who has detect magic then?
None of us.
I have
Okay.
primeval awareness, but I have to spend a spell slot to do it, so I can't tell.
I think we should just approach.
You are not what we would
casual
call
walk.
a magic-rich group.
Wasn't the brief that 10 towns doesn't have much magic?
Exactly.
We could be visiting. Yeah, I'm carrying on walking down to Gentle Steps, but I've told them.
Just very, yeah. Just
Well,
As you are walking down,
look non-threatening.
Do I see
the female figure kind of looks up and acknowledges you, and then continues kind of looking down at Gentle Steps. The two humans do kind of acknowledge you guys, and you feel
I'll just
yourself being
nod at them.
you
So
feel
wave.
yourself being watched as you guys head down.
So,
Just nod in a positive way that the kind of mean no threat.
how far are them three?
From you,
No, well, from this scenario, yeah.
within 30 feet at this point.
My lot are within 30 feet.
Yeah, if they're all walking down towards you, unless they stop for whatever reason.
Are they within kicking off range?
Yeah, that's literally what I'm asking. Can they get
Is
here
it
in a
fair?
round? How many rounds do I have to
Can they
take
get here
before
without
they
the
get
dash
here?
action? That's what I want to know.
Do I need disengage or sneak attack? I will say to the...
Seems you-
Go on,
It seems you're one short.
Oh, he's a goblin.
That was good. Well done.
I'm tall. I'm tall for my
Joking,
height.
right?
You are
Tall
indeed.
for my
You are
height.
indeed, Orcus. Which one?
What are your intentions here? Why have you come out here tonight?
Where's Blue Eyes?
Why is it any concern to you?
Well, I want to ask him if he murdered a friend of mine.
He's not here.
You
So
said-
where is he?
Don't know. Not, he works for me. I'm not his keeper.
Okay, I'll carry on warming my food. You three can talk now. I'll start eating my food.
Well, the quicker we can get to ask him a question, the quicker we can disperse and carry on and look for the person we're looking for.
Can I tell if Blue Eyes left the camp?
Don't. You would get.
In a blizzard.
Are you looking for them? Are you what?
I'm not quite examining, but I'm.
Give
looking
me
to see
a.
if I
Tell
can
me
see-
what Elkis is doing, and I can tell you what you need to do, and if you would know.
I'm inconspicuously looking around the camp to see if I can figure out if someone else has left.
Sleight of eye check.
Okay. All right. As in, are you like looking for tracked, or just looking to see if you can see him, or?
I'd imagine based on my actual hunter's mark tracks. My hypothesis I'm working on is one of these is Blue Eyes, but somehow is not Blue Eyes. But I want to double check that an actual person has not left the camp.
We're gonna die.
Okay.
I know
Make
it's
an
going to be
investiga-
difficult because this night.
Make an investigation check, because you haven't got that connection with your magic effects. You will not get the advantage on this
That's fine.
check.
Yes.
You may make a perception check. I'm going to call it an assessing the group check. Because we haven't got anything better at the moment.
Rob,
Yeah.
Yes.
after he's done that, can I use a spell slot to use my Primeval Awareness?
Yes.
I can't tell what that number is. It's either a natural 1 or a 7.
It's a 7.
I'm trying to.
Either way.
Yes, the
Unless
numbers
you
on
have
my
like +8 to that roll, it's not going good.
my survival is +2. I think it was a 7, but I can't be sure.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a
2
7.
rerolls.
I found the 1.
I'm not convinced it's a great
So,
roll.
was it a
anyway.
7?
Yeah.
That was 9 in
Um,
total.
9 total.
Okay. Not really. It's hard to like. You can see the cloaks obscure them for the most part. They're consistent with kind of the height, and you know, humans all look around the same to you.
Yep.
But you don't notice anything that stands out. Nothing that identifies them either way.
Yeah, and in the snow I can't tell if someone's buggered off. Okay.
You don't spot any reason to.
Yeah.
You're unsure, basically. You're
Yeah,
unsure
that's
of.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to turn to this person and tell them, look,
Sorry, your primeval awareness. Remind me what that does.
Yeah, so it's like it's like the paladin cleric one. It's where is it? Primeval Awareness. As an action, you can expend 1 ranger spell slot to sense whether there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile or 6 miles if I'm in my favoured terrain, which I am. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, but it will tell me the type.
That's way better than mine.
She's a ranger.
it's an
Her job is to
action,
know
though.
where stuff is. Generally speaking.
It's an action, and I use a spell slot for it as well, so I've taken
Yeah.
the spell slot.
Yep.
The ranger's better at hunting than my paladin ass. It's an
Almost
absolute
like it's what I do.
outrage.
The fact is, he was genuinely surprised by it. Alright, spare me a second.
I'm better at sneaking than you as well. Goblin.
No, you're not.
Does
No,
primeval awareness have a semantic component to it?
Not that it tells me, because I've not got it on as a spell. It's on as a a trait,
Okay.
because it's a class trait. So
Primeval awareness, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just says explain to focus your awareness on the region around you. So I think I'm just
Okay.
like
Within what's your extended range? If you're in
6
favoured terrain,
miles,
your favoured terrain is
mountains.
you're not on a mountain.
Are we not?
You're not on a mountain. You're out in
Oh.
the tundra.
No,
You're
we're in
right.
a forest.
We're in a forest.
I thought we were always on a mountain.
So it's a mile. You
1 mile.
detect Within a mile of you, you do probably just a very, very, very faint feeling and sensing of fey creatures to a strong, probably that you feel that's quite far away, probably approaching the limit of what you can feel. You do get a very, very brief, faint reading of elemental.
Okay.
And you get a close by awareness of undead.
Fabulous. I can't share that with anyone because I'm hidden, so I'm just going to keep that information to myself for a later date.
I'm going to go to the person I was talking to and just tell them, well, listen, at the end of the day, this is my town, my hometown. I like to keep it safe. So I just have questions. It's that simple.
Ask you questions then. You can be on your way, can't you?
Well, we'd like to ask the questions of the person that supposedly isn't here.
If he's not here, you're not going to be able to ask the questions. He's
Well,
bothering us
I wanted
for.
to know his
Worried-
location, if you may.
Said I don't know. I don't make rules. He works for me. I don't tell him where he can go.
Well, how does one
Works
get
for
a
you?
message onto them then? If he works for you, you should know where he is.
He'll show up at some point. He'll be back in the morning, I guess, or be back later. I don't know.
Fantastic.
We'll see here.
Can you pass the message on to him then to meet me at the tower we were in tomorrow?
I can pass it on.
Are one of you Tarba?
See you around
Tarbin? Turfu? Tarba?
Jesus Christ. Brian,
Put my notes out. I'm not taking notes
Charismatic
today.
person.
I'm looking for my notes and I can't find my book.
Are you intentionally taking the piss out of a name, or are you just forgetting the name?
I'm forgetting the
Genuinely
name.
forget the name.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because I was also trying to find my notes. but I can't find it.
Poor guy.
Torga.
Is one of you Targa?
Yeah, that's me.
Ah, we've been looking for you.
all charisma, this lad. All charisma.
Yeah,
My
we
charisma's
heard you had
18.
some.
If,
well,
if there was a
I'm gonna-
gauge of patience, it's just ticked down one.
I'm quickly going to jump in to make what Elquis said a lot less fucking weird. And be like, we heard that actually you're probably one of the best merchants in the areas. What sort of wares do you have?
Under.
Like I say, you ask your questions, whatever it is you want. If it's not with me, clear off away. We're trying to get rest. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
I literally just asked what wares you had, that was all.
We're not open
Oh, okay. Are you going to be open tomorrow?
when we get to Prince Shandar, I imagine so, yeah.
Oh, you're heading to Prince Shandar. That's fantastic. That's on your rotation, right?
We'll join you.
She just looks at you.
I do need a new weapon.
Just asking the question.
I'm looking at my swords. I'm looking
Is
for
there
something
any way
completely
that
new.
I can get to within whispering distance of the group without being seen?
You can give it a good. You can give it a go.
Go, you do it. Go.
Sneaky cat is sneaky.
I won't stop you.
I'm gonna go for a piss behind the wagon near where I left Vale.
You know, we'll go for a piss.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a piss.
All right.
So I'll
I
Vale,
get a
what are you
question to Giant if he's going to go for a
Going
piss or
to-
where he's going to go. You just let him go.
Talk to a giant that's hopefully not going for a piss.
Um,
I thought that's what he said. I thought he said is.
Yeah,
Gonna go for a piss on Vale.
No, where I
What-
left Vale. So I'm gonna go stand next to Vale and piss and whisper. A method, alright?
Cool.
um,
If you are going to try and communicate, I'm going to ask. Yeah, there is going to. What is the roll for this? Is be a stealth check
I will
from Vale.
I will
From Vale, they know.
From me.
I will hum a tune song in Giant.
A
So I'll
pissing
say a few
tune.
words, but
That
as I'm
sounds
speaking
like-
to Vale, I'll do it in song.
The
So they-
tribal urination song of his
so they,
people.
so hopefully
Ah.
they don't know I'm talking, but obviously
that
Giant
it looks like nothing.
Vale will,
It's an at 20.
Vale will understand the words I'm saying.
Okay.
26 for my stealth.
All right. What are you whispering?
In Giant, I'm saying, can you ask Elkis if he can detect specifically for undead around here, please?
They will.
Very
know
polite for a silent,
when he-
quiet, quick, straight message.
Ask Elkis if there's anything that he can do that would see if there are any undead in this group of people that we are talking to, because I've got a strong feeling that there's undead nearby.
In giant, that's 4 syllables.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, beautiful.
While singing my giant song, I was obviously saying in my song, I think that will set them off.
Not if he does it, just as a spell.
If he just casts a spell at the fireplace, I'm looking over my shoulder. You will
At this
see
might be
point-
able to do
fight.
something where he can sense undead. He's a paladin. He did it in the bar with the seance.
Yes, but he.
You get a
has
nagging
to
feeling, gentle
concentrate.
steps. At this point, and if you stay here any longer without turning around and heading back, it's going to look awfully suspicious.
Mate, it's got a long way to travel,
Don't be suspicious.
alright? 6'11" Goliath.
He's got a
you know what I mean?
huge bladder. By the time that empties,
bladder.
just
I'm
like
glad
a
you said
stream.
bladder.
I advise you guys to not look. You would be shocked. It would horrify you. You would feel inadequate for the rest of your days.
Do I hear that?
Make a perception check.
I don't hear that.
You don't hear that.
I got an 11. But did I hear it on an 11?
I've got a weird feeling.
Thousand goblins just died. I'll zip up and turn around. Stay
got zips?
safe. In giant. And head back.
Okay. Look, the night's getting dark. The night's drawing in. We've got better things to be doing than being bothered by you any further. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave and leave us to our business.
How can you tell?
Okay.
I've
What?
I don't know. Any of these 3 undead?
Are any of you 3 undead? And I will channel divinity.
I think just us 3 standing outside are just gonna go, oh, just to
Just
make it
channel
seem
divinity
like
have a semantic effect.
to make it seem like, oh god, he does this all the time.
It doesn't
guessing-
say. It doesn't have any components, anything like that. It's just another trait.
literally
I can't see how that says it.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
so does it
it's,
have a visual zoom?
Not that it says.
rules as written?
The
mate.
presence.
It's just information he gets.
Yeah.
It's usually flavour by player and DM that adds to the.
Yeah, I'm opening my awareness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a spell you've had to mutter
Yeah.
incantation and place your odds to.
No,
be able
I'm
to
body
do it.
popping. Undead.
That'll definitely give it away.
No, no, I don't think it has any kind of things
Okay.
like that. It's opening my awareness.
What does it let you know?
Within 60 feet of me, it lets me know the location of any celestial fiend or undead that is not
Okay.
behind total cover.
There is a rapidly moving undead entity within 60 feet of you.
Towards.
Around.
Oh, are you? Do you free? I'm gonna unhook my war armor. Do you free have company?
Yo, yes, us.
Well, as you unhook your warhammer, you see the two, all 3 of them reach for.
Hold on. I heard something.
I'm allowed to reach for my weapon.
I'm not attacking
Are any
you.
of you undead? Pulls hammer out
Yeah.
and wonders why they're met with a response.
Fucking
I'm gonna
paladins.
cast Armor of Agatha.
If they're not undead,
Just saying.
then I'm just saying. Hold on. Do you have company? Are you expecting anyone?
We weren't expecting you.
Fair. But is anybody else?
Uh,
Or do I need to smack that thing?
Elkis, tell us, ignore them. Are we going to die?
These 3 are not undead, but there's one over there.
Cool. I pick up Sebastian and I turn my back on the dwarf and such, and face out from the camp as if to in a defensive stance, and I will ready a swing for the dwarf.
Where
What's
can
the
I?
rest? What
where
are you
can I-
3 doing?
Where can I feel where the undead is?
In my pants.
Moving quicker, like moving rapidly around the circumference of the clearing you're in.
Can I keep them in my peripheral whilst getting a?
You'd
bead
have to
on
keep
that
turning
way?
round to do that on the spot.
I'm gonna.
Please don't do that because you're gonna get very dizzy.
I was about to say I spit. No. Yeah, I ready one my warhammer and said, I think you guys should join us in.
Defend yourselves.
Camp.
From where I am slightly far
Make a
out, can I
perception
see
check.
anything?
I'm saying it very
With
loud.
disadvantage because you're looking into a snow blizzard.
Yeah.
Your visibility is.
Do I have
looking
feline
out.
senses? Hang on.
Plot
Hang
twist, this
on,
isn't
hang
snow. It's
You're a
bits of
cat, not a
rotten
hawk.
flesh.
Shut up. It's feline agility, not feline senses.
You can look
The cats have
really-
wings.
Because I'm a cat, can I swim?
Mhm.
Depends on the
With
cat.
disadvantage.
You prefer
Yes,
not
please.
to.
6.
As you look out, it's just stormy, like just a torrent of snow drift, and you can see a couple of feet out, and then it just descends into just white nothingness.
My primeval awareness lasts for 1 minute. I know it doesn't give me a location, but you know.
It gives you the same
Uh,
information you had before.
Cool.
Can I get within range of gentle steps to touch him? Am I close enough? I haven't really said where.
Yeah,
I'm
say
in
you're all
Stop.
pretty close to each other. Yeah.
I went for a piss. You should have come along then.
Yeah, I should have done, but you might have got funny if I'd have touched
Right.
you.
All hands.
Celine and Audrey, what are you two doing? You've just seen both Gentle Steps and Elkis draw weaponry, and the group of people you're talking to seem to be reaching for theirs in response.
Well, we
I'm
heard
gonna
everything that was
cast-
happening here, so
But me and Elkis are not looking at them with weapons, are we?
No, we're
You're looking
everywhere
out.
else, that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
yeah.
you're
It's
looking
just,
at
it's just
them.
important for Celine and Adri to be like, oh, cool.
that's fine. Can I kind of catch wind of the thing that's running circles around us?
Perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's hilarious. The first roll was a 20. Disadvantage, I rolled twice, right?
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
the lowest.
Fucking Doug 4.
Yeah, you similar sort of thing to Audrey. You look out and it's just swirls of snow and ice and just the wind whipping it around, and you can't see much past the perimeter.
Could number one, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agape because
Okay.
smart, 5 extra hit points. I probably need.
Yeah, as you kind of step forward, kind of the snow around you kind of rises and it kind of swirls around you, almost like a localized blizzard, and then it forms this shimmering layer of ice around you.
Fuck yeah, bitch. Could I try and converse with my patron to see if they can give me a hit on where this under thing is?
You can try. What are you doing?
I'm gonna meditate to my patron and be like, "Yo, give us a little bit
How
of help,
long are
please."
you willing to meditate for?
Not long enough, apparently, because
No, I'm just asking the question. Like this has happened. Are you just gonna kind of send out a quick, if you're out there, listen, or are you gonna sit down, pull out some candles, draw some symbols, and how?
No, I'm just gonna stand there and like, look, fucking help, please. This could go very wrong. I don't want to die just yet.
Roll a percentage dice.
Okay. This isn't nice at all.
Adri, now is not the time to sit in the lotus. What are you doing?
And with dog.
Well, I
Warrior
would if
posing out in the snow. Got to get those deep lunges in, keep limber.
Wow, your meditation is weird.
82.
Okay. It's almost like you get some stealth check on a D20.
D4. Roll a D4. I don't like showing off.
It's not so much you found with your experience so far. It's not so much you reaching out to your patron. It's almost you stop trying to resist your patron being.
No,
a warlock.
I'm well aware. Yeah.
So you basically unlock the door, if you like, when you're reaching out to it.
I'm just gonna open it up and go, "Yo, quick question.
You still out there? Ah! Like,
I need a little bit of help. I don't want to have to do this, but I need to.
it's an odd sensation when you.
Oh, I don't like it.
I haven't said anything yet.
You don't need to.
Excellent. We collaborate. No, you. Everything kind of goes quiet for a second around you. Like the wind dies down, and it's almost like your hearing's gone for a second, and you don't so much hear a response from your patron. It's more that kind of cold feeling and sense you have whenever you invoke your abilities. That kind of has existed since the night it happened. for the first time, you feel that similar kind of cold pit in your stomach, but it's not you. You feel that there are countless others around. It's almost like you're suddenly aware of tens, if not hundreds, of these kind of cold sensations. Some are some are closer than others. Most of them are just these very, very faint kind of just dots that you almost subconsciously just are aware exist.
Okay.
Just before your hearing comes rushing back, you feel one much closer, and that kind of same cold feeling in the pit of your chest. You feel drawn to something very close. You're aware of a presence close to you.
Can I pinpoint it?
You do not have a direction of it. It
So that
seems to be moving around. Just before kind of that connection fails, you do get the similar kind of avian eyes that kind of just almost like flash across your mind's eye before they fade. The same thing you saw out in the blizzard last time you went and tried to do similar.
Okay.
And then suddenly you're hearing kind of, it's almost like someone's turning the volume back up and the wind, and suddenly you're aware again of kind of what's happening. That whole thing probably took about 2-3 seconds, but suddenly it's like you kind of snap to and like, oh yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, that was no help whatsoever. Quick question. Any chance, could I essentially create a bit of a trap with a spell that I have?
We need more information than that.
Yes or no first, Rob?
Potentially, yes.
So what I want to do is I essentially want to take Shatter and pinpoint it to an area, because if this thing is kind of essentially running circles around this, I want to pinpoint it to an area so that if they kind of run through it, that's going to cause an issue for them.
Shatter's a cast spell, so it happens when you cast it.
Yeah. And it also...
It's not a glyph.
Shatter, you can pick a point. You could hold the action, but you'd have to choose when. So you couldn't leave it there till something came across it. You'd have to go now.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't guarantee it.
You could cast the spell, hold it in your hand, holding that energy, but then you'd still have to press the button, basically.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Don't worry. Okay, thank you.
And it's also a 30-foot thing, so keep that in mind when you blow us all up.
It's a 10-foot.
Oh, is it 10 foot?
Yeah. You kind of look around, your mind starts racing. What's the rest of you doing?
I have an idea.
Oh, God.
It might work, it might not work, depends on your speed.
Most ideas either do or don't work, I find.
I look down at Elkis. You're like, you might want to sit this one out a second. It might just be, I want to run. I'm pretty sure I'm probably one of the quickest. Who's the quickest, Vale or myself?
You don't know?
Do what, sorry? You've never seen... You've only seen Vale run around kind of on par with you. You saw her earlier drop onto all fours and kind of burst forward for a few seconds.
I'm also not with you currently. I'm still hidden.
You also cannot see Vale.
Did you just say to the paladin to sit this one out against the unliving?
I'm not sure if the paladin could keep up. I want somebody to run in one direction and somebody else to run the other direction. But I also want a rope between two of us.
Are you
that are running in one
communicating
direction.
this, or are you thinking this in your head?
I'm like thinking this because I like I said, because I'm new. I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
Okay, so the question I have for you is not what are you thinking in your head. What are you doing?
Okay, guys, I have an idea. Like I'll whisper to them, so flinging around.
Stop talking.
Just. I'm just gonna take out a rope so nobody can see underneath my. I think I'm just gonna say I'm going that way. Somebody else go the other way.
I'll take the other end of the rope, and
You're trying to sneakily take things out of pockets and prepare them while you've got 3 people looking at you. That's a sleight of hand check.
Giant freaking cloak around me, but okay.
I just look at them like.
Sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Do you know when I
said
Sense of
I'm gonna
veil.
try and
That
catch
perception?
Shall I do
Sleight
something?
of hand.
Gentle Steps' eye, like.
Yeah, I'm just like, I need another piss. Veil, we should bounce, I'm telling
Oh,
you.
there it is. Yeah.
And plus, it's not that
11.
she's trying to hide it from everyone that's like in the immediate group. She's probably trying to hide it from the thing.
From the thing that's running around.
it.
Yeah, I don't care who sees me in the group. I just don't want the thing to see me because I'm going to move really quick. So, 9, 10,
You
11.
take the rope out of your pack and hold it under your cloak.
And I'm going to go one way. I want somebody else to like run the other way, and I'll see if the thing is just gonna
But you're
stop
gonna try and
towards the center.
You're gonna try and clothesline it.
Well, it's just myself. I'm just gonna try to.
What are you trying to do?
I want to just try to tie it up. I want to just try to kind of like a lasso, kind of chuck it at it. If I catch like wind of it, if I don't, I don't.
Okay, so what that would be is you could try and
Oh.
prepare a makeshift weapon as a lasso, and then
Yes.
you could try and use that as an attack should you have a target to use it on.
Yes.
Okay,
I
make
like
a
the
survival
Do
Right.
roll.
zoomies.
Make a
in one
survival
direction.
check to see how well you can make a snare of some description out of your rope.
I thought I'd left all this behind me, Rob. You know what I mean?
Do I have a
know,
hunting trap?
I'm aware.
Do rangers get hunting
Bear trap on a rope.
9.
Okay. Okay, you fashion like a quick, almost like a big rabbit snare. Like you do a loop, you feed it through, you've got it in your hand, you have a makeshift snare. And you stand ready and kind of scanning around.
I want to. Can we tell like where the thing was looping around? No, right? Is there
You
any
have
footprints?
no idea. You can't
Okay.
detect anything. You don't know. The only two people that are aware of anything, Vale knows that there's a presence somewhere close. Elkis knows a direction, and Audrey feels things.
I told Gentle Steps to tell Elkis, so he probably got an idea that there is something
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on as well.
Yeah, everyone knows there's something there.
The fact that I went,
'cause-
is there any undead? He jumped up with his hammer out and went, are you lot expecting company? I have assumed he is protecting undead.
At this point, the two humans have pulled crossbows out and are kind of scanning around the tree line of the area. You know what I
Sorry.
mean? Shut up.
Tree line.
Looking at a tree each.
the 6 trees.
All right.
And this forest is thick.
I actually hate you all.
Screw
the
this.
wind.
I'm gonna turn to.
Looking at
I'm
the
gonna turn to
And
Elkis.
One
the
day.
dwarven female draws a
Picture.
kind of like a curved looking crude blade and kind of takes a step back and is kind of looking around as well.
I'm gonna turn to Elkis, grab this other side of the rope, and stand on the other side of the of somewhere like where he thinks that the thing might be zooming. Because it was only Elkis that noticed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can they, by any chance, tell even a little bit where this thing is zooming around?
I'll have
Elkis
lost
has-
Or
it.
you just clothesline it.
The way,
Otherwise,
the
it'll
way-
just
Try
it'll
that.
stop somewhere.
the
'Cause
way
it's not gonna clothesline
rope.
itself.
I know the direction in the 6 seconds that I cast. That
Elkis, the way you
open
can
the fence.
feel it is like the presence kind of keeps appearing at different points, and then you lose the connection that it kind of almost like static, if you like, and it just on the edge of this clearing, you can just kind of feel the presence keep changing locations almost.
Are they the same points that it keeps on going to? Or it's a completely random.
You have no idea.
Elkis would know, wouldn't he?
Guys, I don't think it's running. It's odd. It's almost like it's jumping or teleporting
Teleporting.
or.
So
Oh,
you guys
that's
have been
different
stood
then.
here, drawn, scanning the horizon. What are you doing? You're waiting for something to happen, or any of you doing anything?
Well, it's
to
clearly
the
the
point
creature's
where
not
I'm
running
just-
circles, so.
Can I
It's
look
the point
up?
where I just want to fling off Eldritch Blast at the floor now.
On the floor. Oh, just blast! You hit it.
Just Eldritch Blast everything. The 6 trees. Each of the 6 trees are going down.
What-
Veil threw in an action.
Can I look up? It's not flying, is it?
You based on your perception, you don't see anything that you haven't already aware of. There's
Just
nothing.
imagine a bird just laughing at us.
There's an owl
Undead
like,
pigeon. Just
Um,
laughing around.
So if a round's passed, my detect undead will have gone because it's in a round action. But
Yep.
do I feel my hunter's mark back?
Any hunter's mark, you know it exists. You just can't see, or you don't have a connection to where it is.
Yeah.
Mine lasts a minute, so is there still within a mile? Still? Okay.
What are we doing, Elkis? I'm stood here with Sebastian in my hand. Eyeballing the dwarf like.
I don't know. There's something around us, and I'll swing for the dwarf.
Hey, look at that!
Bad.
That's the signal I got.
We will take a break there, and we will roll initiative when we get back.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
I was just about to ask like a simple question, maybe just to see if they're on our side. But okay, this works too. Fantastic.
I think, regardless of whether they were or weren't, your goblin friend has just swung a hammer at her head. So
It was the
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was the build-up. I mean, I think I'll swing for the dwarf.
Like, sorry, I thought that thing just blinked in right in front of you.
Oh, shit the bed.
My bad.
I don't know if I can get us out of this one without a fight.
We're leaving you at this point.
I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry, little one.
So we are.
Lillian.
we are going to take a short
There we go.
10-15 minute break, guys.
We need like a 2-week break at this point now.
Thank you very much,
tuned.
guys and girls.
Stay tuned.
Hit in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll be back after a short 10-minute break. We'll be rolling initiative as the Goblin Paladin has decided to take an action.
See you in a bit,
That's
see you in a
beautiful.
bit.
It's just
Again.
what's the
Break time, break time. Oh. Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back. Sorry, we're a bit longer than expected. I decided to make food because, you know, I'm massive. So we are playing Rime of the Icewind Frost Maiden Dale. DnD5e Ed.
It's the Frost Maiden called Dale.
Yeah.
Dale the Frost Maiden.
Rime of Dale.
Rime of Dale.
Dale is a big bad.
Oh, God.
Chippendale.
Fantastic.
So, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed part 2. I'm now going to hand you over to Roberto to carry on this wonderful.
Yes. So, welcome back to episode 10 of Secrets Worth Dying For, our campaign into Wizards of the Coast publication, Rime of the Frost Maiden, Icewind Man Called Dale. Our party had followed 2 shady individuals into a clearing, one of which is identified to be the merchant they have been looking for, Torga, in connection to a number of alleged murders that they believe she has a connection to. There was a conversation, a little bit of a tense standoff, some communication issues between the party of intent, and Vale is currently ducking down, hiding out of sight. The rest of the party are kind of prepared for what they've identified as a potential threat in the blizzard-swept landscape of the tundra north of the 10 Towns settlement. And Elkis, the brave goblin paladin of the group, broke a little bit of a stalemate, and as everyone's looking out, scanning the horizon, he turns and he swings for the dwarf with the warhammer. And on that, can we have initiative, please?
No.
I don't
Taking a peaceful stance.
Hey, you're all level 3 now. You get to flex those level 3 muscles.
I don't even know where to start.
I'm
I
a
don't even-
warlock. I
don't
ain't got no
even-
muscles.
You've got yours at level 1. Shut up.
I really need new
Okay.
dice, guys. I really need new dice. Like,
I want Aidy's dice. I'm gonna next
Yeah,
time
I want-
if I ever visit his house, I'm gonna sleight of hand his dice. Just
I want AD's D20. That's what I want.
Oh yeah.
5.
Who
I
made
knew
the
it's gonna
AD?
do the soonest thing to do.
Who
I was
made
like, I
the
know where that's going.
Yeah.
I saw his brain working as it was happening.
Are they dice of the beholder one?
It was like a flow chart, but it was just a lie.
My dice are part of the ancient set from Bardic Inspiration.
Oh boy.
And I'll be killing you my lovely Frost Maiden dice.
Pretty.
Celine, what was your initiative, please?
5.
Excellent. Gentle steps.
18.
Better. This is the one that matters. Elkis.
Well, surely I get a surprise round.
No, you don't.
Oh,
What's your initiative?
3.
There's no such thing as surprise around. Creatures can be surprised. They know you're there. They're tense. Their weapons drawn. You turning around and swinging for it. It's going to be who acts quicker, which is what initiative's for.
If anything, you just put us lot in a surprise round.
I'm clearly in shock because I rolled a 5. I'm like,
Definitely
what?
surprised.
What's the initiative, Elkis?
3.
Excellent. I
3?
love it. Never change, Elkis. And your next character, never change. Vale.
22.
There we go. Someone can roll a d20. And
The one
Ardri.
that's hidden.
18.
18 for Ardri.
Acid one.
Okay. So, Vale, you are watching. You are in the snow, and almost in slow motion, you kind of... Currently, everyone's looking out. The dwarf's kind of looking around, and all of a sudden you see Elkis reach for the hammer, turn, and start swinging around. What do you do?
Panic. Just. What? No.
Look
Stop.
at Elkis.
Starship
I'm
Troopers
going,
pin his hand to
Why?
the wall.
Yeah, I'm going to notch an arrow, and
Arrow notched.
I'm gonna hold my action to shoot at the human that travelled with the dwarf to where we are.
Okay.
If he attacks the party.
Okay.
As soon as he attacks
Sure.
someone in the party, I'm going to reveal myself and shoot at him. But for now,
Okay.
I'm staying hidden.
Wonderful. Okay. Next on the initiative is the dwarf female.
But if they were moving before me, then I'm technically not moving yet. So
Correct.
I'm not swinging for them yet.
The whole point is you've made an action and she reacts to the action before you can
Your
complete.
Would that not be would that not be a reaction?
It's like if you turn around. It's like if you turn around and try and punch. If you're stood next to me and suddenly you try and punch me in the face, if I see your arm coming back, will I get something in the way or will I hit you first? It's the who's the quickest to.
Surely that's part of a reaction, which is not on their turn.
You didn't catch her off guard. You didn't. When you took the swing at her, she wasn't caught unawares. She wasn't caught off guard. It didn't surprise her that you took an offensive action. It's who can react quickest. It's like a Western, both drawing for the gun at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to understand it. But so her turn takes 6 seconds. Then someone else takes 6 seconds. Someone else takes 6 seconds.
It's the same 6 seconds. It's just who acts quicker within that 6-second window.
Fair. Okay.
Like for example, Gentle Steps isn't just stood going, no, we'll give this 5
round
seconds.
one's
and
not
now,
30 seconds long, it's 6 seconds long.
yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Okay.
Everything that happens in a round all happens simultaneously. It's just some
We obviously
things
can't do that. Yeah.
Oh, we've just
Okay.
been raided.
We got raided.
Ah!
Dice of the
Dice of
whole-
the-
Oh,
Hold
Dice
it.
of the Older. I brought 5 this time, 1 last time. You're doing better. You're doing better, Dice. You're doing better. Thank you for the raid. You can see him on
Right.
Sunday.
Yes.
So as she sees you reaching for the hammer, you pull the hammer out, and as you turn around, you just see like a smile curl off the side of her face, and she brings down a short blade, like a curved looking dagger, and just whips it down towards you.
Raid.
So I've put all my dice in my dice tray, and I have no space to roll it. Error was made.
Oh, no.
What's your AC, please, Mr. Elkis?
I don't know. What do you will?
Hey, that is
I rolled a
a great
13.
question.
My AC is 16.
Okay, yep. So as she brings the dagger down, you block this shield out, or with a hammer. You block it with a hammer or a shield.
It was two-handed, so I'll say
Cool.
that I.
So as she
kind of
pulls the
parried it in this
dagger,
way.
you just knock it to the side, and it kind of
So
glances
does-
off, and she
so
kind of
does that mean your
stumbles. a
AC is
little bit.
14 or remains 16?
It's 16 as my AC.
It's 16 without the shield, which is
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
paladin.
he
I'll-
goes up.
Yeah.
I'll double check. Sorry.
Because with a shield,
Um,
that's +2, mate. So you're
That's
either.
+2.
So you're either.
But either way, it's a
Yeah.
13. It misses you regardless.
It's
Just
more.
check.
It's more for Tony to be aware.
Yeah. Oddly, I don't appear to have a shield in my inventory at the moment, which is weird because I
Cool.
did.
So you're.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's equipped.
You should.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14.
So
Okay.
just as an
So
effort, yeah,
the
keep
dagger
Yeah.
glances off, and as she looks up, she tries to then come in twice underneath and tries to jam him in.
Okay, still 14.
Say roll 13 again.
Yes.
And an 11. So as you whip the hammer around, you're just like blocking. One of them does get through, but you hear just the squeal of metal on metal as it glances off the plate, and
That's
you're
weird,
kind
I'm wearing leather.
glances off the leather. Then you're a paladin. I keep in my head you're in plate.
I'm a
This
weird
tiny
paladin.
scrap of metal just on the leather.
Yeah. It's
It's studded
it's
leather.
studded.
So
It's studded.
And you just hear her let out like kind of a grunt of frustration and like, God damn it. Audrey, you see this occur. What are you doing?
Myself, sorry.
No, the other Audrey.
Shut up. I
Basically, in the last
no
3
idea what all
seconds,
that
you've
is.
seen the goblin swing a hammer, get ready, looking like they're going to attack, and quicker than you expected, this dwarf just pulls out a dagger, tries to prison shank him 3 times, but Elkis seems to be okay and seems to be fending off the attack.
I'm gonna throw one of my own daggers and aim for the knee of the dwarf, not the goblin.
Make,
Tempted to,
attack,
but not.
make an attack roll for me, please.
Warlock's throwing a knife.
It would be great if it was an arrow to the knee.
18.
Go, whips it out. Does stab, glances in, just above the knee, kind of in the bottom of the quad. You say this exclamation of pain, and she kind of like staggers to one side as the knee kind of gives out a little bit. What's the damage?
3. It's not a lot, but it's more of just a deterrent of like, stop.
Okay.
Stop trying to prison shank one in my party.
Gentle steps. You hear this commotion behind you, and you kind of look over your shoulder, and you see Elkis tussling with the dwarf as a knife comes sailing across and embeds it into the thigh of the dwarf. What do you do?
Has any of them not gone? Any of the 3? So the dwarf hit him. What about the 2 humans?
They've not yet acted.
How close are they to? I don't care. Step to the closest human.
Just okay. easy done. There's one to the behind the caravan, probably 10-15 feet away from you, and then one the other side of the scuffle, probably the same distance, just the other side. This whole clearing's like 40-50 feet.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll step to the one that's the other side of the scuffle then.
Okay.
And because of my level 3, and I went before him, it means I get advantage on my attacks.
Ooh, you're an assassin.
Nice.
Ooh, assassin.
Sneaky, sneaky.
A Goliath rogue assassin.
6 foot
With
11.
a great axe. With a great axe.
I mean,
I'll be using my Bowie knife and tomahawk with advantage. It's not a crit, but it's loads. What are we on here?
Not a crit, but it's loads.
23.
That'll do it. Yeah, but you, like, as the range, as the human's kind of scanning with his crossbow in his hand, like looking, you kind of hear, as he turns around, it's too late. Knife's already coming in. It's just like a brief look of shock as it's just up to the hilt in the chest.
And because I had advantage on him, I get sneak attack.
Yeah, you do. Assassin Joe. Assassin Joe. First round. If
That
they,
is an assassin. They're brilliant.
they hit you really hard once.
Played
Oh,
a
yeah,
rogue assassin multi,
I'm
so the ranger was Gloomstalker, so I got Dread Ambusher as well. It's fucking
Oh,
amazing.
Jesus. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, that's alright. 7, 12. 14 points of slashing damage from my tomahawk.
You hear the scuffle and you hear the yell from the dwarf, and as this is happening, you just kind of see this human start turning round to see, and you've almost you kind of read the situation. You just step past and just straight up to the hilt, just in the chest, and you just this shocked expression. It's just gonna, and you just gonna falls limp in your arm. You pull it out, and the body slumps at your feet.
It dies.
It dies.
Was that the
One of
Blue
the
Eyes or
human-
the trader?
One of the humans.
That's one of the humans with the bow equipped, or with the crossbow that was scanning the horizon.
So am
So
I?
is it the one with the wagon, or is it the one that we followed up? Because my held action is on the one that we followed up.
You don't see The one you followed up is the one that you guys rolled perception for and didn't see the blue eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we followed Blue Eyes and the dwarf here. And then Blue Eyes has carried on, so the two humans were waiting for us when we got here.
Oh, the two humans are waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where they've swapped. So technically,
Oh, okay.
you yeah, it's not him. Alright, I see what Rob did there, prick. Goddamn Dungeon Masters.
Just to
That was really good, Rob. No, you're a prick.
Whatever.
Hang on.
Just a clarification, Rob. Held
mate.
action to attack. Do you have to choose a target?
You have to choose a situation. It can be as vague or as specific as you want. It could be, I will let this attack go if anything comes in range, or if that comes in range. You can specify.
What did I say? So mine was.
You said you were going to hold an action. If I will say it for you, if it was because from Vale's point of view, you don't know that those humans are not the one you've tracked up.
Yeah.
So I'd say if either of those make an aggressive action, you would get your trigger.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Bear in mind, one of them is just slumped to the floor as Gentle
Yeah,
Steps
that's
is
what I
just
was thinking. I was
like a
is it
fish.
that one? That's cool.
I just need to check something because as my
Yeah, no problem. Just be aware it will be Celine, you're on deck, so have a think.
Is this any creature? Oh, okay. So I will then use my other 15 feet. She said it was only 15 feet away from me on either side, wasn't you? So I move 15 feet, stab him, move 15 feet back, which puts me 15 feet in with the other one.
Yep.
Boom. Off goes the Bowie knife. Whoa, 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 with advantage, because I went before him. Yep.
The quickest Goliath you've ever just even step.
Man, I'm like a juggernaut, bitch.
Atham's got nothing on this lad.
The first drow assassin I see, I'm just going to kill him. Oh, shit. 16?
It's
Oh, shit. No sneak attack. 8 points of piercing damage.
okay. So knife goes in one, you step, you just take one big stride, and just in your stride, just let the bowie knife, and it just embeds itself in kind of just on the side here, just between the ribs on the bandit.
And I'll shout to him, I'll be wanting that back. And that's my
It's not a knife.
Of pain.
Pick up Sebastian.
Okay.
This is a knife.
Celine,
Where is everybody standing? Who is the closest to me?
in front of you, probably within 5-10 feet, you can see Elkis tussling with a dwarf. Probably 5-10 feet beyond that is Gentle Steps, who's just stepped over and frisbeed a knife at something. Vale, you have no idea, and Ardry's probably a little bit behind you.
Okay, where are the other people?
So the dwarf is currently tussling in front of you with Elkis, and the other bandit, you can just see them behind the caravan with a knife sticking out of them. Alive, but not happy.
Fab. Elkis can take care of themselves. I'm gonna go after
Said
that
no one
bandit.
ever.
I'm
Even
like
the look on Tony's face then was like.
You can?
Oh my gosh.
Nope, you believe in me. I'll accept that. That's good.
Can I move towards melee to that person who has a thing sticking out of him?
You may,
profusely?
yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna move there, and I won't use any of my maneuvers. I'm just going to do a simple attack.
I'm gonna stab him in the face.
Yeah, and now, Rob, I haven't changed my weapons yet because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I still have the 2 scimitars.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What the hell am I doing on here?
We don't know.
So you'll
Just let you
roll
do
to
what you
hit.
want for
19.
9 sessions.
24.
Okay, that'll hit.
Got a lot on my plate, 80. 24 is the first one.
80, how long have you played D&D for?
Literally just like
I've
derp.
no idea. I've no idea.
I think you might be playing longer than I've been alive.
And the second one is 17.
Okay, they both hit, so roll your damage.
Yep. 9 and 7.
Okay. So you see the knife go frisbeeing across Gentle Steps, and then you see at the corner of the eye, Celine kind of dashes kind of always power slides under the caravan, stands up the other side, and just 1-2 in the swift motion, and you just see 1-2 just big
Swift motion.
tears across their chest, and just claret hits snow, and just silently the human just spins round, just hits the deck, and just crossbow falls out of hand, just starts seeping into the snow.
They did, right?
Oh yeah.
It's now his turn. He stands up.
Ah.
He's the undead.
Okay.
I think I got something for that.
Audrey, can you make me a perception check, please? No, it's not really... What would this be?
Medicine.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
How did that go from a perception check to a
Oh,
save?
no, it's okay.
Don't question my process.
Personally, I think it would be animal handling, but
Can you
That
perceive
is
your
an
own
18
death?
on my wisdom save.
Shut up, you. What did you get? Sorry, Audrey.
An 18 on my wisdom save.
Okay. You feel like that familiar sensation of kind of your patron is oppressive at the best of times. Like, is this constant, like, nagging, almost like a pressure, like, on your consciousness of, like, almost like trying to get in, but for the most part, just with like almost a very passive effort, it keeps it there. You can feel that just at the back of your head of you don't see anything, you don't hear anything, you don't have any visions, but you just can feel the presence of kind of that patron just creeping up the back of your neck.
Yay.
The rest of you hear from out kind of the location's hard to determine. You can kind of hear this voice that comes out, rings out, and it comes from kind of around you, and the voice kind of, it's almost like it swirls around with the wind, as much as it's coming from a location into your ears. And there's this kind of level, almost like a calming influence to it, and it just rings out across to all of you. The winter will endure forever. The rime is eternal.
Hail.
We're in danger.
Elkis.
I shout, "Shut up in your mouth!" as I carry on my swing into the dwarf.
I love Elkis. I absolutely adore Elkis so much. Shut up, disembodied voice. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm hitting shit? Yeah, go for it. Two-handed hammer.
Yeah, I've already said that's what I'm doing, so that's what I'm doing. Two-handed warhammer. Come on, Elkis, hit something.
I believe.
14.
Ooh.
Rob's like, I believe.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know. I was checking another reference, and I need to check the. Unfortunately, no. This time, similar to what you did to her. As you bring the hammer down, you see the blade kind of hooks your wrist, and just kind of as you swing, she kind of stops the swing coming in, and kind of almost like not parries to the side, but just kind of stops you mid swing, kind of stops the full force coming through, and just kind of looks at you, and you can see this just pissed off look, these grey eyes, and this kind of, you see now that you're that close, the complexion and the look about doesn't look as dark in complexion as the previous ones. It looks like
You're wearing makeup.
it's more like there's mixed ancestry. It looks like not full Duergar, if that makes sense. There's like the equivalent of like a half elf. You get what I'm trying to say out.
3 minutes ago.
I should have done that.
Anything else, Mr. Elkis?
Uh,
You're a troll now, mate.
I'm going
Don't
to.
get to play.
I'm going to run around the other side of the dwarf from Gentle Steps.
Gentle Steps isn't next to the dwarf. He threw a
I know,
knife.
but no, I know, but opposite
I'm with
side.
you.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay.
And bring my shield back out. Action or bonus action. Or free
In the
action,
middle of
sorry.
combat, I would say
Yeah. So I'm going from holding my hammer two-handed to pulling my shield out.
As written,
From-
it's free, so it's probably DM's discretion.
I would say, because you're in a tussle, I'd say that'd be a bonus action. Normally, like if you weren't engaged, I would say it's a free action. You're in an absolute close quarter melee. Yeah, I'd say it's a bonus.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do with my bonus action.
Okay, you drop down the hand, whip the shield out. You kind of feel the straps. Your arm slides in. You whip it out. You got the weight feels good.
I whip it down.
That's a clip waiting to happen, isn't it?
Put it away, Elkis.
Whip it out.
me
The
just
weight feels
section that
good.
off and,
Jesus Christ.
It's not
We
like
clipped
saying,
half the
no,
show
great.
yesterday, man. It was brilliant. We
I
had
will
some
blow the
amazing.
first thing that comes from Poor Dave.
The best thing Niall's ever said, not Niall, best thing Nathan's ever said. I'll blow the first thing that comes through that door.
Fantastic.
Can you
It
use
was
that as some
glorious,
kind
man.
of promo material?
Oh.
Big
Great
voice clipped.
gaming. It's just that. Such great, wholesome content as. Right. The Celine, the human that you look at, kind of looks down at you and just kind of pulls this knife out and kind of grunts like, "Ugh," and just drops it to the floor. And he's going to do their best to stab you in the face.
I thought.
I thought it died.
Did it die?
Yes. I do apologise.
It's the undead. I
I'm
told
like,
you it was
do we have
undead.
undead? Because I get to use my cantrip then. And then he'd be dead.
In that
Damn it.
case, Vale, you're you're kind of there waiting to kill something, and both of them are dead, and you're like, oh, okay.
There's a moment one twitches and we all get a bit panicky.
Move, I swear, just lights it up. Just puts 3 into the body.
Paranoid, yeah. I'm going to turn my attention to the dwarf lady
Okay.
and loose my arrow at her, therefore revealing my occasion.
She pops out of the snow, shouts Bazinga, and fires it out.
So nobody will really see her in the snow anyway. She's still a snow leopard.
Back under.
16 to hit.
16 does in fact hit. Roll damage.
I have a new thing with my Feywild archetype where I get to add a +4 for psychic to my thing if it hits. So
Wow.
I get 6 piercing damage and an extra 4 psychic damage. So 6 piercing, 4 psychic, 10 in total.
You've already learned how good my
Little
counting
fairies.
was.
Huh?
You're shooting little fairies from your bow.
Well, no, at the beginning of each day, flowers sprout from my hair. Is the thing that I rolled for that. I did send it to you, Rob.
You did?
Yeah, beginning of each day, little snowdrops.
We haven't had a
sprout
new
from my
day
fur.
yet, so we haven't.
This is true.
So, what are you doing? You're doing your.
Dreadful attacks.
Is that the one from
Dreadful
Tash's
strikes. Yes.
Cauldron?
Yeah. It's an extra on a hit. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage to the target, which can take this extra damage only once per turn. So if I had 2 attacks, I couldn't use it twice.
Or how to balance a ranger? Yep, no, absolutely. You
Balance,
fire it,
what's
and you can
that?
feel like part of your, I guess, almost like primal ancestry, just kind of your mind's eye kind of takes over. You focus up, you see things a little bit sharper. You just spot those weaknesses a little bit more, and as you let loose, the arrow just finds its mark, and it just embeds itself in behind the shoulder blade of this dwarf, between some of the leather panels on the armor, and it's just this, you can twitch and kind of the shoulders pin back, and kind of carries on engaging with Elkis, and kind of tries to.
I'm going to shout to her, "Here I am!" She was asking about me earlier.
Zinga.
Hello!
Oh dear. Okay. The dwarven female of Torga, you know it's Torga now, I've already said it. So Torga kind of moves around again. So it's like the other side of Elkis. So Elkis is between her and the archer who's just popped up out of nowhere. She is going to. Oh, for Christ's sake, she has a reaction that I didn't use. Whoops. She is just going to just let loose and just try and prison shank Elkis to death once more.
What did I do?
And he engaged her
As
in
she-
melee for the past 3 rounds.
As she starts trying to drive this knife into your chest, she shouts out Sephic.
No, Elkis.
Did we all
19?
hear that?
19 hits. Yeah.
A nat 20
What?
and an 8.
The dwarf gets 3
Ow.
attacks. Oh shit.
Yep.
Obviously, that 20 hits.
Yep.
What were the numbers again? Sorry.
18, not 20.
18.
Two hits and a miss.
Okay. You're lucky it's the dagger and not the sword.
I will use my reaction to pee my pants.
Okay, you take 13 points of piercing damage.
Is that total?
That's total.
Oh, okay.
As the first one glances off the shield, but as the force of it just knocks your arm to the side, and the two others just basically just come straight in, and you just feel kind of like, no pun intended, stabbing pain in your chest, and just feel like the heat where the blood's starting to seep into your clothes and armor.
Gentle steps. I think I'm having a heart attack.
Archery, you're up.
There's stabbing pins in my chest.
Walk it off.
I'll try.
I stabbed the dwarf again with my crossbow.
You stabbed the dwarf with your crossbow.
Technically, yes.
And you actually can't just.
Yes.
I walk
You know
up
you
to
have magic, don't you?
There is an argument to be made that a crossbow bolt is stabbing something. Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, I'm aware that I have magic, but unfortunately, I don't like my patron very much, and I can feel him creeping up the back of my neck, so I'd rather not open that door again.
Audrey says to herself as she fires a crossbow.
I told you,
you
to
will
stay on the
have-
porch.
Would you get... AD, you might be able to correct me on this. Do you get advantage if a ranged attack if someone's flanking?
No.
Cool. No. Roll hit. I thought it was just melee.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's a 21.
Yeah, that'll do it. As she's trying to kind of duck and kind of keep Elkis between you and her, and you and and Vale and her. Elkis is a little bit small for that purpose, and she's kind of ducking around. But yeah, as you throw the knife, as you fire the crossbow, it does find its home. It doesn't stick in it this time. It kind of glances off the side here, like just across the collar. And you can just see kind of it starting to pull and soak through into the armor. Roll damage, please.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. Gentle steps.
I don't have my bowie knife. But
Nope.
Sebastian's on the floor right at the feet where I left him.
Yep.
So I'll pick Sebastian up, manoeuvre myself to be opposite Elkis. With advantage, swing my great axe.
You don't get. I don't think you can get a crit. Sorry, you can't get sneak
I
attack unless
can't
you're
get
not
sneak.
proficient
No,
with it.
well, I don't get my proficiency bonus to hit, and I don't get my sneak attack.
I love the fact you picked a great axe as a rogue just because it's a great axe. You're proficient with it, no, but I'm going to use it.
Well, I'm a 6'11" Goliath, mother kipper.
Of course, I've got a great axe. I was born with one.
Advantage because
You get advantage because of flanking. Yeah, there's no efficiency bonus.
Rogue with a finesse rapier. That's what I think the Goliath should have.
16.
The dwarven Torga will use parry as reaction, and as you come in, as she pulls the dagger out from Elkis, she spins around and kind of from sheath draws the blade and kind of catches it as it comes in about an inch from her face and pushes it back. Her AC is classed as +2 for that one.
Oh, +2. Well, +3. Cool. That's me.
And kind of just like you're like there, like pressing, and she kind of forces it off. She kind of just glares at you.
I am not amused by this.
Celine.
Yes.
Hit.
I'm going to go to her.
It's your turn. What would you like to do?
like
Was the implication there?
I'd like to attack the lady, the little lady.
You may attack the lady.
Yes. I want to get on the other side of her though first.
Currently,
enough steps.
you have Elkis and Gentle Steps.
Okay,
At kind of the 12 and 6 o'clock, you'd be able to come in from the side.
But it wouldn't give
Yeah.
you advantage.
No.
No advantage.
No, you've got to be opposite.
It's
It's
still
just
like
it's one of the
it's
weird
fine.
mechanical
Yeah.
things, but yeah,
oh,
unfortunately.
it's totally
That was
fine.
my
Yeah,
fault.
I know that. Yeah. I'm just making sure that I can actually still attack her. Like
Yeah,
depends
no,
on
you
who's
keep
around.
this room to get in.
Yeah,
You're basically just like curb stomping her now as like a gang up.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me use one of my fancy new things, if I know
Yes.
where the hell it is.
Don't
Where
kill
is
her, I
this?
want to hit something.
Don't know where it is. Actions. Action. Bonus action.
You have so many.
There we go. Features and traits. Yes, I found it. Maneuvers.
You have
Um,
maneuver points. Yeah.
So I want to use trip attack.
Okay.
And how does that work now? So trip attack, I just tell you that I want to use that before I actually make the.
That's the one.
Okay, so when you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend one spirit
Battle
ID to
maneuvers.
add,
Yes. So you
You got to hit them
trip
first.
attack.
So
Yeah.
you hit them.
So you
If
when you hit a creature,
if you successfully hit, you get to spend one of
Yeah.
your superiority dice to
To knock it
perform the
down.
trip attack. So the trip attack is automatic as long as you, 1, hit, and 2, have
Yeah.
a superiority dice to spend.
17 to 5.
so roll to hit with your first
22 is
attack.
the first hit.
Yeah, it hits.
And now I just actually roll the attack, right?
So if you
Yes,
hit,
you rolled up.
my
So
D-
you've
yeah.
hit. You've
So you
hit with
rolled
the
to
sword.
hit.
Basically,
Yeah.
all it is you're instead of you just hitting it with a sword, you're hitting it with a sword like in the leg or something, and you can spend that point to make that attack trip on top of a normal attack. So it does everything a normal
So
attack
I'm doing
would
my
do.
I'm doing my D6 first and everything for
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
attack, right? So
Yeah.
3, so it's a 6 plus the 8
Perfect.
then. Yeah.
have you, so your superiority dice, you also add to
Yeah.
damage. Have you already
Okay.
done
Oh,
that yet?
so no, I didn't. So that was a 6.
So roll
13.
the d8s.
13 is the damage.
So you do 13 damage.
Yep.
You've got to make a strength saving throw
Yep.
against her DC, which will be on your list. So if you look at your character, Celine, you'll see a
Yeah.
DC above your actions.
Above my actions. Sorry, what am I looking at?
So your DC, I believe.
Oh, it's
will
here.
be-
It says saving throws. So it says strength, dex.
No, not them, they're yours.
No,
So if you look on
yeah.
your actual, where your actions
Actions, I see it,
equipment
yeah.
features, you should have a DC somewhere around your battle master options.
Mhm.
Like, you know, on trip attack specifically,
Yeah.
does it show you a DC? Does it say like DC 12 or?
Once I equip this. Oh, I did actually. I think on the other thing. Let me just go back to it.
It's okay.
Thanks for your patience, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
It's all right.
Battle masters are the thinky fighter, so you need to know your stuff.
Actually, I'm just trying to figure out how to go about
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. Yeah, because I keep missing it. Here it is. Features and traits. Okay.
So it'll be until you fight
DC
the-
13.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's a strength
it's-
check. Strength saving throw.
That's not a good strength roll. That is ungood, I think the term is. So
You're rolling that one.
that's a 5 on the strength
Okay.
check. So you come in, you bring the scimitar round, and you basically swipe at the leg, and you just cut like the back of the calf, and she loses her foot and her leg gives them from under her. The knife is still sticking in the same leg. You just hit it, and you just big cut across the back of the leg, almost like across her Achilles. And yeah, she hits the floor. She is considered
Prone.
prone.
She's considered prone. On failure
shot
not
me,
target,
no?
so she's prone now. Yeah.
Which is really
Is
good
indeed
for us melee fighters.
Oh yeah.
So it means we get
Oh,
advantage
yeah.
on her.
Now I still have my second scimitar.
You do.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the beautiful thing of dual wielding with trip attack.
Fantastic.
So this one's at advantage.
18.
It's at
Yep,
advantage.
so you get it.
With advantage.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah, because
prone.
she's on the floor.
Yeah.
If you
so-
hit a prone target as a melee attack, it's
before, so
advantage.
19. Okay. It's still 19. Yeah.
Yep.
9 is to hit plus the. Sorry, that's it. So just 9. Yeah, to
Yeah.
hit.
You don't have
Yeah.
the superiority unless you stay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, so you did
Like one
another
of
9
those
damage
ones
with the second strike, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, so you Achilles with 1, bring round, and as she's on the floor, she tries to roll out the way and kind of like lean to the side, but you still catch her with a down strike. She looks like she's bleeding pretty heavily. She's, legs cut to pieces. She's got gashes. She's got an arrow sticking out the back that's now snapped off, and she's got a Goliath, a half elf, and a goblin just kind of stood around her, just all with various instruments of unpleasantness. Okay.
Who's next?
Me. Vale. What's your passive perception, please?
14.
Okay. You, as you're looking out at this fight, you realize a split second too late that there is a creature stepping out or has come up behind you. And you notice it's there as you feel the motion. What's your AC?
Of the ocean.
15.
15.
15.
I really need more armor class. Massive, but a rogue.
As you look down, there's kind of a shock like washes over your body, and 1 minute you're looking like through the fucking rifle sight of your bow.
How about
You're
sight?
watching,
Of course it
and all of a
does.
sudden you just feel this short shock to your system, and you look down,
So-
and there's about 4 or 5 inches of this pale, ice-encrusted blade that is sticking through the front of you,
No.
Oh,
and pulls back, and you will take.
So you're saying she suffered a system shock?
You suffered being stabbed.
saying that she's just been impaled.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, you got stabbed.
So what we're saying is she got stabbed.
I think I got stabbed.
Oh, you lucky. You take.
We'll be the judge of that, Rob.
I rolled a 1, so
Oh,
you
good.
take
Hey.
4 points of weirdly slashing damage. I know I described it as stabbing, but yeah, you take 4 points. And
Can
you
I just
also
trip?
take
Stabbed
4
with an
points.
axe.
You take 4 points of ice damage as you feel
Okay.
kind of like almost like
Cold.
like you've been out in the mountains. You've that first almost like frostbite feeling, like when you feel it in your nose and kind of your ears and things when you've been out too long. It's that first creeping signs of that starting to sting and burn a little bit now. You've
So it's
got
that
kind of
8 points
cold burn
total?
feeling.
8 total.
And as you kind of look around, you see first just 2 almost like cold fire eyes peering back at you as a humanoid figure is in front of you.
Oh, there you are.
Dressed,
Say as you die.
dressed in kind of like a simple, short sleeve kind of undershirt with this deep grey, almost like waistcoat style thing, like a going down like a almost like a dueling jacket. It's like definitely not. It looks unusual just 'cause it's not. There's no cold. What strikes you as odd is there's no cold weather. There's no furs. There's no hood. It's just this long kind of ponytailed hair, burning blue eyes that are now flared up, almost taken over the majority of his. Like it's hard to see any other features. It's just this almost like lens flare. And in their hand is a entirely ice-driven longsword.
Okay. It's okay. I was only going to ask about my Primeval Awareness that would still be on, but it doesn't give me locations, and it doesn't say anything about concentration of taking damage either. But
You're aware that there's an undead within a mile of you. It's also elementals and there is Fae within a mile of you.
cool. So it's one of the 3. I'm going to go ahead and guess.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the blade is withdrawn and then swung down at you.
That was a very long
I mean,
build up to.
okay.
I'm hitting you again.
Attack number 2.
Your AC was what, sorry?
That's it.
15.
That's it.
Nope. Second one, this like as you shot, like you kind of snap to your senses and kind of go and realize it's coming down, and you kind of move to the side, and it just comes swinging past.
I might need to put Sebastian down.
Key reflexes. Zoom, zoom.
Elkis.
Yep.
You hear this kind of cry of pain from
Oh.
behind you, Bale, and at the peripheral vision, the light catches your attention of these 2 like sources of blue light, and you kind of just glance. Bearing in mind there's a dwarf on the floor in front of you, but you do kind of see what's happening out the corner of your peripherals.
Cool. How far away?
I'd say 20 feet or so. Like you went to ground as you came down the hill, didn't you? And so
Pretty
yeah,
much.
you'd be about 20 feet away.
I'm gonna turn tail and a lucky fucker to the dwarf and run for the Mr. Frost.
Yeah, you don't get reactions when they're on the floor, so
I
I don't believe you don't get. Yeah, you,
You do, but she don't because.
oh, she used a reaction to parry.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you do. You still
Yeah,
get 'em
you
when
turn
prone.
you turn tail, Elkis, and you see.
Yeah, but I'm gonna charge Jack Frost. I am going to channel Divinity Vow of Empty on Jack Frost.
Yep.
Is
An action.
my hunter's mark on Jack Frost?
Yes.
Yes. Vow of Empty
As you
gives
turn
me-
around and see this, that connection with your effect kicks in. Although you need to make a concentration check when you got stabbed earlier.
I do. D20.
10 or the damage, whichever's higher.
You didn't get hit that hard.
18.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yep, so Hunter's Mark, Vow of Emily, which is a channel divinity, so it's not a concentration spell, so I'm good there. And that gives me advantage against Jack.
Okay.
I've got my shield out.
Oh, all of
Free
them
actions.
for 1 minute.
Free action to put my shield back.
Yep, bonus action.
Bonus
Oh, if
action.
you're in combat technically. I'll
It's up
say
to you.
you're not in melee. Yeah, okay. Or you just because it's I'll say, or you just drop it or whatever. If you want to
Yeah.
stow it away, it's a bonus action. If you just fling it and grab the hammer with 2 hands, I'll say it's a free action.
Yeah, as I'm running towards Jack Frost, I'm going to drop it on the ground and
Okay.
switch to 2 hands. And I'm going to smack Jack Frost upside the head.
You're gonna try.
Well, I've got advantage, so I'm hoping this works this time. Come on, you little muppet.
We have a reroll,
We do.
Just wanna
We've got
point
two.
that out,
We've
and
got two. We've got two.
and it's half an hour till the end. So
I rolled 2 threes.
Not 3 2s.
No, 2 threes. So
Oh.
reroll one of them. See if you hit. We've got 2 rerolls in half an hour.
Can I use the second reroll?
Try one
Use them all you
first.
want, mate. You crack on.
I'm asking the party because I'm using up
What's
rerolls.
Elkis doing?
Do it, man.
Decision.
Do it. Keep rolling. Just keep rolling, mate. Till you hit the thing.
rolling.
If you miss this time, die.
17.
17 hits.
Nice.
Fuck.
Only took, you know.
I rolled 2 threes and a 5.
Roll damage.
Oh. Right, 2-handed. Yep, let's have a look.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with my life.
Well, I'm starting to wonder about Elkis.
So am I.
Starting.
We've been wondering about getting for 3 months
So if
ago.
I get the opposite of Jack Frost, do I get myself advantage on Elkis?
Yes. Yes, you do. I'll even give you proficiency with Sebastian if you really want.
Right, so
It's like
that
hammering in a
is-
tent peg.
Little green
How
template.
big is Jack Frost?
Sorry?
How big is Jack Frost?
He's human. He's considered medium.
Right, so
He's
I've
bigger
done-
than you. Fury of the Small is legit.
Yep, 5 damage
Yep.
from a Warhammer,
Foot 2.
plus Hunter's Mark, which
D6.
is a D6.
That's right.
So that is a 4, so 9, plus Divine Smite,
Yep.
which is 2d8.
Come on, Elvis.
Yep.
Is it not more because he's undead?
It is it double?
No, it's an extra 2d8.
We don't know if it's undead.
He does.
Oh, okay.
His smite would, and he does, yeah. But his smite does.
Right, so
I'd be well
someone's
asked if you
keeping
had to
track.
work out first.
Someone's keeping track of this out there. I've done 9 so far.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Yeah, sounds like you, mate.
Yeah, Divine Smite.
My hero.
Paladins do not fuck about when it comes to stuff like this.
Nope. It's a extra d8 per spell level, so it's only 1d8 extra.
Is he only doing a level 1, yeah?
I've only got level 1 slots at the
Okay.
minute.
So you're rolling
Yeah.
3d8 on your smite.
Yep, so that's 2, fuck's sake, another 4, and a 6, that's better. So that's 10, plus
10 on the
plus
smite.
Sorry?
10 on your smite.
Yes.
10 on smite, yep,
So you're
plus
19.
Fury is small, which is 3.
So you're on 21. 22.
Yep.
22. 22.
just this-
I think that's everything. I don't think Valve
Well,
gives me
but,
any
just-
extra damage.
As Elkis goes hurtling across, there's just this brief moment where the moonlight just glances again. Wow! Just nails this guy with his hammer, and just a burst of moonlight off the tip of the hammer as it just comes crashing in, and he just staggers back almost and catches his foot and kind of slides back in the snow a couple of feet and just looks up at you, surprised.
Undead, bitch!
Not surprised the condition, just surprised the emotion.
Oh, shit. I'm about to be on that like a tramp on chips, mate, I tell you right now.
Like a tramp on a good sandwich.
Yeah. Very
Veil.
That is a spell slot.
Can I?
You as you're kind of like, Jesus, what the hell, like dodging out the way of the sword, you see Elkis just hurtling into for the purpose of this fail, you are considered within 5 feet. You are engaged.
We've got
with it.
another
That's
reroll
fine.
from Anonymous Cheer again.
Ooh.
So
You are considered
thank
in
you.
melee with him.
Cool. Can
Thank
I
you.
please
I
make
really
some
need
kind
them
of
rerolls.
probably perception check to see if I heard
gravy
what she
time.
shouted before this guy turned up when she was on the floor?
Yes.
She shouted something, didn't she?
You would have heard. It was. She just shouted out Suffolk.
Suffolk. Okay. So, can I
is that your
turn? No, that's me just checking that I heard that. Good. Can I face the thing that attacked
You
me?
may.
Stabbed you.
No, it stabbed me in the back, so I wasn't sure how I was oriented.
Yeah, but then you turned around, you swung again, you kind of sidestepped out the way.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so can I get out my short sword?
You may.
And put my bow away or drop my bow, whatever.
You can pull up shorts on one hand. You're fine.
And can I say, before I go to swing at him with my short sword, can I say Suffolk with like a question mark on the end and see
You
if he
can
reacts?
say, yeah.
Does he reacts to, like, can I insight or something to see if he reacts as if that's a name?
There's kind of like a small. There's like a recognition. There's
Okay.
no. There doesn't appear to be any There's no smile. There's no real emotion that goes across them. But you just kind of. There is an acknowledgement, almost like a slight tilt with the head of just like, and then braces as you swing a sword at him.
Okay, cool. Just didn't know if it was like if it was a spell, it wouldn't happen for me if it was a spell component, but seeing if it was like a summoning word or a name or something. Oh, good. That one.
Yeah, that won't work. There's a moment of recognition, and then as you swing the sword, it's just effortlessly just parries it to the side. You can see now there's this very ornate kind of hill and quillions, and this kind of like almost like wavy curved longsword for about 5 feet in total length, just completely. You don't know if it's made of ice or it's encased in ice, and you can just see kind of part of the ice and frost kind of works its way over the hands and up the forearms.
Cool. That's me then. I feel like I still accomplished something.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that word down.
Audrey,
Do I see him?
you see him.
The
You see
creature.
it,
Fantastic.
them, he. Yep.
How far am I from it?
Within 30 feet.
No, shit. I forgot it's right next to Vale.
You're going to shatter and blow everything up. I like that was. Oh, I'm not going to use that. He's next to Vale, not also Elkis. Fuck that guy. If Vale moved, I'd have blown the shit.
Maybe forgot that Elkris was there. Maybe
Well, gonna just go over his head anyway, so.
I'm so glad you don't have Fireball, Hannah. Just as a general rule of thumb.
You're not alone
No,
on that.
I
Did
have
you not
Eldritch
see the
Blast.
moonlight and the big swing and?
Yeah, you look
Blinding.
I
cool.
try not to pay attention
Biblical.
to you, in all honesty.
What would you like to do, Audrey?
I would like to shatter, but I'm not going to because
It's reasonable.
You know.
Yeah.
Alright,
For the obvious
so
reasons,
what
that would be a
you,
bad idea.
What are you actually going to
What are you
do?
doing?
I'm going to cast Word of Radiance instead.
Word of what?
Word of
Word
Radiance.
of Radiance,
Word of Radiance.
which
Okay.
is a cantrip.
I don't know that one.
So
I don't
can
either.
make me
It's a
Constitution
radiant damage.
Saving throw,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah,
Make you a what? Sorry.
Save and raise it.
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw. Miss my dice tray. Ooh, that's not brilliant.
That's good.
Great for
No,
us,
it's not
though.
bad.
Let's see what my bonus is to Constitution. I got a 13. What's the DC?
Ah, shit, 13.
Oh, unfortunate. You admit the words, you kind of mutter words that
Whatever it
you
is.
don't know how you know them. It's a language you don't necessarily know the meaning of, but it's almost like muscle memory if you just make the sound. And just there's this burst of
Usually how work
radiance.
works.
There's this burst of radiance. It doesn't quite take hold for what, like, this energy that you emit just kind of fizzles out. You weren't able to tap into its full power, or it just didn't quite take hold. But you feel the
Well,
energy expend, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
that's good. Have a look. Anything else? Probably not.
Would you like to move? Bonus actions?
I am going to stay exactly where I am because I
Okay.
don't need to be up close and personal too much. So.
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
not a rogue.
Is that the end of your go?
Indeed.
You are next to
Yep.
the dwarf.
Gentle steps.
Yeah,
What?
she's not an issue at the
Dwarf's
moment.
still alive, yeah?
Down.
Yep. On the floor, bleeding on the floor, looking up at you two, a mixture of anger and fear.
Celine, help Vale and Elkis. And then I'll look down at the dwarf. Should have just told me where Blue Eyes was. Sebastian! And then I'll swing.
The mother of all curve stones.
Advantage.
Yeah, with
because
advantage.
it's thrown.
Yep, indeed.
Come on.
Come
With,
on,
with
Sebastian.
advantage, the first dice was a nat 1.
Strong, strong.
The second dice is a 19. As in total, so 19.
Total
Yeah, it's-
19.
Yeah,
Sneak
I
attack's
rolled
got
a
advantage.
14.
Yeah, as she tries to roll out the way, you can see her kind of try to roll on. As she tries to put her hand on the snow, like she can't support her weight. Like you can see the blood now seeping across, and her injuries. She kind of stumbles as she's trying to roll, and you just smash into her with Sebastian.
I don't get sneak attack because I'm using a great axe for.
Correct. That is not considered a light weapon.
Finesse.
Just like drilling holes in it, take the weight out of it.
Although I did roll a 12 on my D12.
Pathetic.
So that's
A 12 and a D12.
14 on damage.
Wow.
14. Because I got +2 strength. Because I'm a rogue.
And she's on, it's like rolls onto her back, and she's just like,
14.
I have missed her go though, weirdly.
That's a shit.
Oh no.
She would have gone before Audrey, but she's going to do the same action anyway. She is going to stand up.
14 didn't kill her. We need more. We need more. Celine, don't help her.
She kind of stands. She stands up and she looks around and kind of stumbles, and she's obviously surrounded by you two, and she just goes at you. She just starts flailing. It's almost like in desperation of
I
just
feel
trying to sink
targeted.
this dagger into you.
Just quit.
You've just smashed her to the floor with an axe.
Hello, dog.
Weirdly, she
Question.
would have stood up before your turn, so we've
Yeah,
done that now.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where we
yeah.
are. What's your
Question:
AC?
Is it my dagger
I
she's
don't
trying
know.
to swing around?
My AC is 14, mate.
No, your dagger's still sticking out of her quad.
Ah, sweet. No, the
Christ,
trees are on my neck though.
2 hit, 1 miss. So the first 2 come in, and then as she pulls back for the third, she doesn't seem to have the energy, and kind of that leg gives her. She kind of stops the third swing halfway through as a
It's alright, my tank.
let you see now blood's just pouring out down her leg. You're a few things. Let's roll 2 1s and 2d4. You take
Welcome
8
to
points
my
of pierce.
world.
8 points of piercing damage in total.
8.
And you just feel that for you, yeah. That's I mean, you feel it just sink in, and it's just fairly long knife. It's like bang, bang. There's not a lot of energy behind it. It feels like most of her strength is to keep her on her feet. She doesn't quite come in with the same sort of force. It's kind of like I say, it's more desperation and
Gravy
and
time.
just trying to survive at this point rather than perfect stabbing technique, as it were. Celine.
So, quick question, gameplay wise. So I have my cantrip. Let's say if I want to attack her and just take her out, do I have to use my cantrip on her as well, or can I use a cantrip on somebody else?
Is the cantrip a bonus action or an action?
I don't know actually.
What's the cantrip?
What's the cantrip?
The cantrip is chill touch, so it has effect
It's an
for.
action.
Yeah.
An action, yeah.
It's an actual
Okay.
attack.
And for you to get your bonus offhand attack, your action has to be an attack.
Yeah.
The way to look at it is you only get your second attack if it's kind of a follow through of a previous attack.
You're doing a double tap. You
Yeah.
don't get to spread it around. At least not yet.
I'm gonna look at gentle steps and be like, I think you can finish her off probably.
Oh,
And I'm
but-
going to turn and cast chill touch on Blue Eyes because he's within range. I have 120 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
He's mine.
I'm gonna use that reroll.
Okay.
No. No, go for it. It's fine.
You're
Yeah.
2 over here.
After you.
In the same attack.
Huh?
Trying to work. You got
What's
chill
that?
touch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
2
chill-
rerolls left.
Because of her race.
What? We have
Oh,
one
of course,
reroll.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 'Cause
What do
the
you
first
make?
one-
Yeah. So what's your add your spell attack modifier to it, whatever that'll be. I think it's
Okay.
charisma, isn't it?
So the first one was a 2, and I'm going to use the reroll.
Yep.
And. can't roll anything. Same number. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh. So yeah, as you
Right.
turn around,
Thank
you
you.
take a few seconds, and
And some dice.
as you hold your hand out,
Yeah.
this kind of almost ghostly version of your own hand kind of forms and starts drifting forward, but it gets maybe 3 or 4 inches and it just fizzles out. You haven't managed to focus due to the stress and the adrenaline, everything. You can't quite focus your mind, and the spell dissipates before it takes effect.
Damn it. Okay. I'm going to move to him.
Okay. She will take attack of opportunity attack at you if you move away.
Okay. Well, no, because I was attacking the guy, not her.
But you're still
From
next to
range,
her.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm next to her. So I can't attack her, right?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
You've got a bonus action and you've got your movement.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh, that's right. I have a crossbow. I'm gonna quick crossbow towards him.
You wouldn't be.
That'd
You've
be
made your
action.
attack. You made your action to try and cast Chill Touch.
Okay. I could have sworn that that was an extra thing that cantrip.
No, the cantrip depends on the cantrip. So cantrip's just
Yeah.
a classification of a spell. So Chill Touch is a casting time. It's a full action to cast.
Okay, so I have nothing else to do now. Nothing. I'll just turn back to her.
Okay.
Anything else?
No problem. Okie dokie. She just looks unsteady and she stumbles on her feet. Okay. Let's see. What would he do?
Pee his pants because Elkis is in his face.
It's not what he would do at all.
Well, he's not really in his face, is he?
Elkis is in his
Just
crotch.
another. Exactly. That's more painful. So yeah. So he should be
His
in his
current,
pants.
Okay. After this paladin's just rocked in and just absolutely ruined his day, he is going to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step.
Bitch!
And as he just kind of looks down at you, and you see this kind of very curt smile just kind of start curling, and as you're rearing the hammer back, it's just this kind of almost like when a snowball explodes. It's like localized, just try, Mike. This localized just puff of snow and ice, and as you kind of like glance back and look, he's gone.
Sound effects remain.
And he kind of appears in a flourish of snow behind Gentle Steps.
Come on.
And is going to take 1-2 swings with the ice long sword at you, flanking you with the help of Torga.
Cool. Well done, Celine. Well done.
Got a cold out here. I can't really concentrate.
What's your AC, please, Gentle Steps?
14.
Okay, first one is a 16.
Cool.
I'm being watched by a dog.
Second one is a 23.
Cool.
He's watching me.
I need to know the damage in turn.
Increments.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I can do something to
Okay.
reduce it. I just need to know.
Okay, so first swing would do 5 points of slashing damage,
I'll take that.
and as the blade kind of cuts into your skin, you
I
feel
need.
this
Oh,
kind of
sorry. I need to know the total of the attack.
per attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you take whatever I just said,
5.
5 points of slashing on top of 3 points of cold damage. So 8 for the first attack.
I'll, as a reaction, my Goliath, I get Stone's Endurance, so I can reduce the damage by a D12 plus 3.
Okay.
11
Stop
plus
the
3,
stone.
14.
Yeah, you just take it. You're like,
Yeah,
sure.
It doesn't bleed over either, so it just negates that.
He swings his sword across you. It lands in your arm, and you feel it, but your just natural adrenaline just kicks in. You just kind of like you just power through.
Now the second one I'm going to take.
Second one is 9 points of slashing damage.
Oh fuck! I should have took it on this one.
And 3 points of frost damage, of ice damage.
12.
Yeah. Swings across, as you try to step back, it catches you. It's got steps in. It's more dexterous than you thought. And where the blade comes through, you kind of look down, and the blood freezes at the wound. Instead of blood pouring down, you can just feel this burning, stinging sensation as the blood just immediately freezes in place.
Cool.
Okay. Elkis, you've just kind of got his face full of snow and ice, and as you kind of clear your face, the figure's gone, and you can hear a commotion behind you.
Elkis is now frothing at the mouth. They really don't like undead. He's going to sprint back towards him.
Okay.
And
Position yourself.
I've got advantage already, but I will.
You carry on.
I will flank him with you.
Good.
So we've got Elkis, Sefek, Gentle Steps.
Oh, it is a
Torga,
name.
Celine, just like
Oh,
in this
good.
big long conga line.
Yep. Let's go do the conga. Whack!
I shall circle the name theory I have on my pad.
It definitely hits because that was a 23. But I'm gonna see if
23
I
will
crit.
in fact hit.
I don't crit. The second one was a natural one. 23. Yes. Right. Let's do this. Two-handed. D10.
Do you Fury of the Small all the time, or?
Fury of the Small is a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
So one per day, I think, or one per rest.
One per long rest, I think
Okay.
it is. So yeah, my Fury of the Small is gone. Yeah. Once per short rest.
Oh, nice. Can we
D10.
take an hour's break before next round?
Next round.
You can.
Five.
Knife goes in, guts come out. Knife goes in, guts in.
So that is 7 plus Hunter's Mark is a 6, which is 13.
I'll roll like 100 attack rolls, it'll be fine.
13.
This dog is just looking at me.
It's
just
gravy
Plus
time.
Divine Smite.
looking.
Because I've got one spell slot left.
Baby dog.
Please, nobody need healing. Divine Smite.
Oof.
3 d8s. 5, 10,
Oh, you're smiting again.
11. I am. So did I say 13?
You did.
Plus 11, 24.
I love paladins and undead.
Elkis absolutely frothing at the mouth.
And you just, again, this hammer, and you, as you hit, you feel give in the chest cavity, like you feel bones break on the impact, and there's this stagger back, and there's just this like grunt as he kind of holds, like catches himself, and then stands back up. There's definitely a slight hunch over. There's definitely some damage been done.
Still standing. Ah. Any bonuses? As a bonus action, I am going to harness my divine power. Say a little prayer and get a spell slot back.
Okay. Prayer away. The stars shine a little bit brighter somewhere, and the moon casts its warmth glow in these trying times over you.
So yeah, that gives me a spell slot back, so I won't take the
Indeed.
loss.
Bale.
Yes. I am going to. He's not in melee with me anymore. Is that right?
There's this big 5-man or 5-person just brawl at the bottom with
Yeah.
Gentle Steps, Elkis, Celine, Torga, and Sefik just
That's fine. So
stabbing,
he's not
blades
in. Yeah.
and hammers just flying around in this big old cluster at the bottom.
That's fine. So I'm gonna get my longbow back out.
Yep.
And before I shoot, actually, I'm gonna hold my action
Okay.
for if. Actually, no, I'm not gonna take an attack action. I'm gonna say we need him alive, and then because I don't think that I can do any kind of damage where it doesn't, like, not to kill. Does that make sense? Like stun type damage. unless I can like hit him with the hilt of my lock short sword if I moved or something.
Any weapon can do non-lethal damage, arguably.
I was just thinking how I would do that with a longbow. Like, I don't know how I do that with an
Hit him with
arrow.
the other end.
Huh?
Hit him with the other end.
Hit him with the other end. Yeah.
Shoot the arrow backwards.
Yeah.
I could aim for like his leg
you
or
could,
something.
You could aim. You could. Yeah, like as I understand it, mechanically any weapon can be used to do non-lethal damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say we need him alive.
You still do damage. It's just that you're aiming to knock them out rather than kill them.
I don't want to go part. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I will do that then. I will shoot at his leg and shout, "We need him alive," and try not to kill him.
Cool. I shall remind the berserking raging goblin paladin to rein it in.
Well, he's AFK.
14, I'm guessing, doesn't hit.
14 does hit.
Oh, does it? Oh, fuck no. Okay.
You realise that, nice linen shirt and waistcoat is not necessarily the most armoured garment.
No, but I would imagine that he is some kind of magical with his shiny sword. 4 plus 4, so 8 piercing and 2 psychic. 12 in
10
total.
total.
10 in total, yeah.
Okay. Okie dokie. Torga at this point just kind of looks up at Gentle Steps and there's just blood pouring down her face, and she just kind of spits up blood and just into the snow. She staggers to the side, and she is going to
Kill me.
Is she going to carry on trying to prison shank you, or is she going to try and hit you with... Instead of trying to prison shank you at this point, she just takes 2 strikes with this, like 2-hander on a short sword, just like all the strength she had. It's like you can see the arm just giving out. She kind of supports it with the other hand and just kind of almost throws herself at you with the short sword.
14 is my AC, mate.
Thank you. First is going to be a 18.
Yeah.
Second is going to be a
hang
16.
on, do the damage of the first one.
Okay.
You might be swinging elsewhere after this.
Yeah.
Jesus. 6 points of slashing damage on the first swing.
6. I am
6.
still standing.
Second one.
This. It's an auto,
7 points.
Auto drop, mate. I had an hit point left.
Okay, yeah. So as she throws herself into you, she almost stumbles and falls over, and like the momentum, the blade does find its way, and you feel the short sword just sink in into your abdomen, and you just kind of put your hand there, and you can just feel blood pouring through your fingers, and your vision goes dark, and you collapse into the snow.
Cool.
Shit just got real.
As 11 o'clock hits.
Keep going.
Okay.
You keep going.
We've got to keep going.
Yep.
I could call the end.
You can.
No.
I
Damn.
guarantee if you call the end, I survive.
I do need to go quite close to 11-ish though, guys, if that's okay.
Audrey, you see Gentle Steps take a sword from the dwarf who's just bleeding badly herself, barely hanging on, and you see them kind of bump into it, and as she pulls away, you see Gentle Steps hit the deck.
Okay. I would like to cast Word of Radiance on...
Is Word of Radiance targeted, or is it out from you?
Targeted. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 radiant damage. So I want to do that on the dwarf, and... Wait, is the other bad guy still standing? I forgot.
Say again, sorry?
They're both still standing.
They're both still standing.
I'd like to cast it on both of them, please. Because that's the only thing that I can do that's not also going to take out anyone else.
Eldritch Blast? Eldritch Blast is staggered.
I'd rather try and take out 2 rather than 1.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying that Eldritch Blast is staggered.
So yeah, can you
Why
make
wouldn't
me
you?
do some saving throws, please?
I'm trying to think of that. I don't think the two creatures within 5 feet of each other. Then because there is gentle steps in the middle, I don't think we'll hit both. I'm just checking.
Be 10 feet.
Range of Word of Radiance is 5 feet.
It's one square,
Emanate.
so you can hit one person.
No, it's not targeted. It comes
is it
out
not?
from you. It's a Word of Radiance. The caster emits a burst of radiance, so it's basically like a
All right, okay.
nova around
Oh,
you.
it's a melee.
So it's one
thingy.
square's range, so they have to be if they're all around us.
Everything around you,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's like a explosion of light around
Oh, okay. Sorry, brain being stupid.
That's all right.
It's okay.
I've never seen it used. That's pretty cool.
you. Yeah. It's a bit like a Thunderwave from Storm Domain,
Yeah,
Location Domain.
Yeah.
So
A dwarf then, please.
no.
Would
Because
you like
she's
to-
going hell for
Oh,
leather.
but-
I'm making sure that she doesn't die.
What
so.
are you using on her?
Word of Radiance, please.
No, the word of
Word of
radiance.
comes out from you.
So imagine you're on a grid, Hannah. You're in the middle.
How close?
All
So
this.
how close am I to her? Because I thought I
20
was literally
feet.
like right next to her.
You could run up like
Oh,
almost.
sweet,
You could run up. You could run up like over gentle steps and then use it.
And hit them both.
Well, but bonus action, Misty Step.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
Is there any way that I can be within 5 feet of both?
Yeah,
You'd
so
literally
if
be
you-
landing on gentle steps, like
Well,
over gentle
You-
steps.
if you stand in the square next to me,
Could I not just be behind them?
if you stand in the square next to me, you can hit both diagonally because they're 5 feet from
You-
you.
Yeah.
Wait,
For
I'ma
you
do
to
that.
hit both, you would be classed as in combat with both in melee range. Just so you're aware.
beautiful. Gonna do exactly that. So cast Misty
Okay,
Step, so I'm at diagonal.
So
gonna hit
very
both of
similar
them
to
with
what you
radiance, please.
saw. Audrey's form, kind of this brief flurry of snow and ice that just engulfs her, and as the snow and ice dissipates, she's not there. And then it's similar kind of torrent of ice and snow, and her form emerges like stop Terminator 2, just on all fours, just like in the ice, just stands up.
She goes,
At this point, Sephic does react and just kind of turns around, and there's a genuine look of, wait, what?
Oh shit.
Then Divine Radiance just detonates. There's just enough time for him to go. Hold up. Is it a what armor save is it? Sorry, not what type of save is it?
Con.
Constitution.
Constitution. Brilliant. Okay. So, Torga. That's not brilliant. What's your DC?
13.
Torga rolled a 13, and Sephic rolled a 14.
oh,
Sorry. Oh, hang on. He might not. I don't know if. Let me check if he's got the same con bonus. Yeah, no. He rolled an extra. He's 15. He's got +3 con.
Motherfucker!
So this blast of frost and ice and just energy just emanates out, and Celine and Elkis, you just kind of feel this chill just emanate out from Audrey as her eyes also engulf in this kind of blue flame, and this white just blasts over you. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to take enough. It doesn't seem to have enough impact behind it. As you were kind of recovering from the Misty Step, it just doesn't have enough oomph behind it to cause any impact on the two entities around you.
I am about to rage quit, not gonna lie.
Who's next?
I need to roll a death saving throw.
Oh, yeah, fucking hate that.
Damn it.
Or do you want to? Should you have?
What? I don't understand what that is.
Are you hating it just because it's awkward, or do you generally not like the rule?
I genuinely don't like the rule, but I went with majority.
Okay.
Your game, your rules.
True.
I just
will
need to know if I'm marking one off or not.
I will say, we'll review it after, but for now, we'll have you guys roll your own death saving throws. Just because. So we haven't really come across this yet, other than before. We house rule our own death saving throw rule. I want to review it if everyone's not happy with it. So
It's only
before
me,
we
I think it's only me, and I'm
Yeah.
happy with majority. If everyone agreed, the world would be smiling, and I don't want the world smiling because the stories don't happen. So roll the goddamn death save.
Okay. Okay.
And I've got
So
really
a
soft,
gentle step.
I've got really soft music.
A few seconds pass, as you're all aware of gentle steps on the floor. Celine.
Oh, because he's on the floor and he's rolling death saves, I can't use my maneuver rally to give him HP or anything, right?
Yeah. What's your maneuver rally?
What is it? Temp HP or is it like a healing ability?
It's 10. It says on your turn you can use a bonus action to expend one superiority die to bolster the resolve of one of your companions. aka gives them temp HP.
So you
it's
can. So you will give
it's
me
an
the
8+1.
You'll give me the HP, but I don't benefit from it unless I'm conscious. So if you then healed me, I'd stand up with 1 HP plus your temp. But while I'm dying, it doesn't bring you out of unconsciousness.
Temp HP is separate to your main life pool. So unfortunately, yes, you would have 10 HP, but you're still at 0 hit points.
I'd have to get
so wouldn't it be a shame if someone on their next turn, spared the dying and then they got back up with 10 HP? Just saying, nothing matter there.
That matter him. Make your choice.
Waving. Are you leaving me, or are you waving to say you're going to heal me?
I'm waving to say that I have the ability to heal people.
Cool.
Because that was actually, you guys read my mind. That was my train of thought. That's why I was asking. Okay, the first question was if this has the use for death. If not, then I automatically assume that one of them is probably going to heal him.
You would know that it wouldn't bring him back, but once he gets back on his feet, or should he get back on his feet, he would do so with a renewed vigor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the point of it. So okay, I want to do that. I want to do the rally. So that's an 8 plus 1. 1 second. So it's an 8 plus 1, so 9.
Is that on a
9
person?
HP.
That's, you target someone to do it, don't you?
Yeah.
So I'm going to target on him. Yeah, and there's
so
there's no reach. So
you gain 9 temporary
HP
points.
9 temporary HP. Okay, so
which
that means
I can't add because I'm currently in death saves.
Yes. And now I will off this biatch. Off this bitch. So I'm just going to attack her. Let me just see really quick.
Is Celine getting the advantage off me or Elkis? She's getting it off me, isn't she?
She's getting off you, yeah.
So you don't have advantage. You're on the other end.
But Adri is now in melee.
She's not
opposite. It's me.
She's not opposite, yeah.
So you don't have advantage.
You don't have advantage.
So that was a bonus action. So my other two, they're in the position attack and trip attack.
You could move.
Yeah.
To a position where you would get a flanking bonus from Ardry. You basically step to the side, tap to the side, and then take a strike. You wouldn't be able to do both weapon attacks, because you've used your bonus to rallying, to rally gentle steps. So you could take a step to the side as Zephyr's looking at Ardry, and then try and take a single sword strike at advantage.
On the dwarf.
No, I'll risk it. I'll risk it just without advantage and just taking 2 sword strikes at her.
No, you can't. You don't get 2 sword strikes. You've
already
used your
rally.
bonus.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
So
I thought does she not get 2 attacks as a level 3 fighter?
Not yet. Level 5.
Level 5.
Okay.
So right now you have a single sword attack, so give yourself the best positioning, i.e. move and take
I would take the side step and use Ardry as a distraction to get the advantage on your swing.
You can always move back when I'm back on my feet.
So 15, 20, unnatural.
20 will hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finish this goddamn dwarf.
Okay.
Finish her. Come on.
9.
Who are you hitting?
The dwarf.
Her.
Yep.
The beast.
9.
Oh. So I got a 20 to hit her and 9 points of damage. Yeah.
Strike across, and you catch. She tries to duck, but you come down at an angle and you catch her across the side of the neck. She puts one hand there, and blood just starts cascading down. You just hear a gargle. She just kind of staggers. She's still just on her feet. She almost drops down to her knee, and she's bleeding out on the brink of death.
Watch her have like 1 hit point left.
Bleed out.
Who's next?
You wouldn't know exactly how hurt she is, but 1 HP.
I wish we had like the choice to see bleed like in Warcraft.
It is Sefik. Who?
I'm trying, Ray. I'm trying.
Sefik looks up and sees the dwarf on last legs. Position right there. Elkis, you've just come hurtling in again like a maniac, haven't you?
Yeah, he's right behind him. I'm on the floor. Elkis is right behind him.
He just looks down at Elkis. Those who fate gives to the Maiden can't run, they can't barter, they can't beg. Their lives will end in Oral's name. I make sure of it. And once more, this torrent of frost and ice as he disappears in a flurry of snow. As the same flurry of snow spirals around next to Vale. In fact, no, it would have been yes, be next to Vale, and he's going to swing twice at you. And just before as he swings, like, nothing is going to stop us. Not you, not those damn dwarves, not the mages.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, everyone does. That's the 13.
So miss.
And a 7.
Miss.
Yeah.
As he swings round, you're ready for it this time. You're like, not again. You just parry one side with the longbow. You just kind of trap the blade and swing it to the side. And as he comes back to swipe, you've already dropped down to all fours and ducked under it and kind of scurried back up around the other side. And he just swings wide.
Mm-hmm.
Elkis.
We get any rerolls?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
No. I run across a swing and it's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, hang on. Who are you hitting?
The only ones. Yeah, who are you hitting?
Jack Frost.
Oh.
Perfect. Yep, you. Ooh, and he. Oh no, that's. Does he have? He doesn't have the reaction. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Cool.
Wham! You come in again for the 3rd time in a row. He's like, can't seem to shake this bloody goblin. Just like he blinks away. You just run in again. Just wham! Blinks away. Run across. Wham! Blinks away. Wham!
Elkis is literally frothing at the mouth. That is...
It's like you're playing just a really big. What's the thing with the ball on a string?
Whack-a-mole.
That's 11 so far. That is 17 so far. Divine Smite.
The radiant damage.
Yep.
So I said 17, didn't I? Keep hold of that for me. Oh,
Wrap my back.
11.
Everything froze for me.
8,
We can
19.
hear you.
How do you get to 70?
Because I have...
Hunter's Mark, something else.
That was 19 for that. Yeah, 19 from a radiant. So
36 points of
19.
damage.
How are you getting to that number? Just go through. So you hit him with your hammer. So you've got the hammer damage.
Yep, 7 plus 4 is 11.
Yep.
Plus my 6 for my hunter's mark.
Yep.
17.
Plus your radiant. Yeah, so 36. He's done 36 points of damage.
Yeah, plus 19 radiant.
Big hit, mate. Big hit.
Tell me how you want to finish him.
Jesus.
He hits him so hard, he heals gentle steps.
What do you do, Elkis?
Elkis is literally frothing at the mouth. He's just going to sprint across and take him in wherever he can reach with a warhammer. Big, massive.
As you come in, you see
in the
Vale
crotch.
kind of drop down to all fours and just kind of scurry under the swipe. And as she stands back up, you kind of just jump and just like horizontal, like baseball bat swing. And there's just a look up and there's a genuine look of shock and surprise. And as you make contact, there's just an explosion of ice and shards just scatter into the area.
Vale's
And it
like,
just
we need him alive.
cascades. And there's just there's just these shards just all over. And then in front of you is just this slow undulating pale bluish grey just mote of energy that's just kind of dancing in the air.
I don't have any action or anything to do with that, I don't think.
Okay.
I've no bonus actions or except for Nimble Escape.
Vale.
I cure wounds, gentle steps.
Okay.
You get 7 points back.
7.
So
and I got 9.
Vale holds a hand out and
Just like slide across with my palm out.
there's just that you just feel this. You haven't felt it in so long, gentle steps. You've almost forgotten what it feels like, but you almost feel like the warmth of the sun. It's just like it's almost like this washing over you, like it's like ambient heat and energy, and you regain consciousness. That you done, Vale?
Yeah.
Okay. The Torga is going to turn around and take 2 swipes at Celine. 7 and a 17.
It's just hits.
That's all I want. I just need to adjust. Ooh, Jesus. That is a +3. That is 9 points of slashing damage.
That's fine.
Okay. Audrey.
You're muted.
I knew that, thank you. Wait, how
Shoot the
I
bitch.
didn't know you was even talking.
Audrey, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
No.
Dice rolling in background. So...
Gentle steps, you're on deck, by the way. Get ready.
20 plus 4, that's 24.
Yes!
Okay.
Keep picturing.
So what's your total?
24.
Okay. You, for a second, all you can look at is this just tiny dancing mote of grey energy. And it takes so much effort for you to kind of tear your gaze away and track and see what's going on down the bottom. And you can see the dwarf still swinging the sword around. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stab the dwarf.
You're 20. Oh, no, you missed your steps in, didn't you? Yeah,
Yeah.
roll to hit.
She's got advantage because she's opposite.
Yeah.
Celine.
You do indeed.
Oh,
Wait, I have
take that
advantage.
bitch out.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Celine's opposite you.
Flanking.
You just got to hit. You've just got to hit.
Just telling her to take her out.
So that is a dirty 20.
That'll
and
do it.
I'm just gonna use my dagger. That's 2 points of damage.
Yeah. How do you finish her?
Quickly.
I'm just gonna look down. I'm just gonna like throw it straight into her head.
Just almost point blank, and it's just
Just
it's
not even care about it,
unceremonious,
just-
it's close, it's nasty, and it's just thump, and she just falls back into the snow.
Can I also then
Will-
retrieve both of my daggers that I stabbed into her?
We will close the session here, and you guys are out of initiative, and we will pick up from this clearing next 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much for staying with us, guys, in the chat. Appreciate we have overrun slightly, but thank you for staying with us. Wanted to draw to the end of that encounter. Where the well done players, that's a little bit close, a little bit close for comfort there for Gentle Steps.
Gravy time.
It's gravy
just-
time.
Just so you're aware, Gentle Steps, your saving throw was a 6.
That's all right. I had no doubt whatsoever.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give us a subscribe or a follow. Check in the description below or on Facebook, Heavyweight Gaming. We've got RPG shows going on all week, or most days of the week, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's fantasy, and everything in between. Lots of different systems, lots of stuff going on. Rime of the Frost Maiden or Secrets Worth Dying For will be back in a fortnight. We are going to be taking a week off next week, so we'll be back on the 5th of February to pick up in the post-fight situation that we have here. So if you haven't followed us on socials, please do. You can watch all the rest of the shows on YouTube if you've missed any. Follow, like, share, get notifications, and we'll
It's
just see you
gravy
back
time.
again next in the fortnight time on the Friday.
Yeah. And check out Pathfinder 2nd Edition tomorrow evening and Dice of the Beholder playing DnD5e on Sunday evening.
Thank you very much for the follow, Baron Planoku. I probably butchered your name there, but I tried.
Thank you very much. We got lots and lots of follows this evening. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
for
guys. Really appreciate it.
joining us.
Hope you enjoyed. It'd be great if you want to follow it and tune in next week. We're always happy to interact with the chat where possible. Obviously, quite a tense fight tonight, so the characters are focused elsewhere. But glad you tuned in. Thanks for the follows, and we'll see you all next time.
Ta-ta, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Say bye, players.
Bye,
Bye.
players.
See you later.
Bye.